I gotta look at my teeth. I hate that there's a monitor here. I can see myself. Horrible.
Bobby loves it.
Oh, look at my
looks.
horrible teeth. They're crooked and yellow and gay and slimy and covered in semen. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hey.
You got yourselves a special guest host this week. By popular demand, Robert Kelly is out. Joe List is in. And, folks, we got some good news for you. I have this monitor. We might have to put a T-shirt over this.
All right.
Giant forehead, bad teeth. I hate myself. Well, folks, Robert Kelly is off to Aruba. Can I say that? Are we allowed to say where he's at? Bobby is off to Aruba with Aruba Ray, Ellen, Aruba Gay, we call him sometimes.
Coxman.
The Coxman. Oh, yeah, Sam, you love Aruba Ray.
No more seltzer?
What?
Oh, water.
Oh, jeez. Sorry, Chris Scopo was giving me the cut sign, and I didn't realize he was talking to dumb Sam Morril. Well, why don't I go across the room? First of all, Robert Kelly is off to Aruba, everybody. So we're filling in. I'm filling in. And I got booking ranks. And so we got some actual fucking comedians in here. Soder's out. Louis J. Gomez is out. Will Sylvince, nowhere to be found. If you think I'm booking a black, you got another thing coming. I'm kidding. Will was supposed to be here and just isn't. He's an hour and a half late. What's going on? The sounds, you're making me nervous. I feel like I'm getting pinched over here.
I just want to turn this up a little bit.
Jesus, Chris Scopo is sitting behind me like he doesn't trust me.
Want to turn their mics up so we can hear them?
Oh, all right. Turn the mics up and turn the radio on and turn the radio up. And this Jew was singing my song.
What the fuck, dude?
I'm going to go across the room, around the room. We got, first and foremost, we have Sam, only gets booked when I'm in charge, Morril. You should be upset. You're always great in the show, and Bobby never has you on.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I'm not like thrilled. I'm doing podcasts because I like hanging out with you. I don't want to just do podcasts all the time. You know.
Well, you should still be upset that you're not getting asked on. I think it might be anti-Semitic, though.
You think so?
I think Bobby's an anti-Semite. I'm pretty sure. I think you remember him telling me that a couple times.
I think, I didn't think it was insulting until you just brought it up. Now I'm a little insulted.
You should be insulted. Anyway, Sam Morril is here. You might have to eat that mic a little more, buddy.
Okay.
Eat it like you eat your dick on stage, you fag.
Dang.
Yeah!
I don't like this hate speech. I didn't come here for this horse shit.
Sorry. And then to Sam's left, we have a good buddy. First time on the show, right?
Yeah, first time.
This is Greg Warren, everybody. You can see him on the Visidio here with a hell of a Cardinal sweatshirt.
Thanks, man.
St. Louis's own Greg Warren. Greg's going to be on TV tonight. If you're watching this live, the feed, Greg will be on the late show on CBS at 12:30 tonight.
Wow.
One of my favorite comics and a veteran of how long have you been at it there, Greg?
Had a lot of false starts. I'm not sure. I started and quit, and I don't know.
All right, well.
Full time for like 15 years.
All right, wow, yikes! I've been around the same time.
Well, I mean, but I did it at night a lot before that.
I got you. I hear you. Well, we're happy to have you on
His
the
intro
show.
is so much nicer than mine. You said "eats my dick, Morril." He gets one of your favorite 15-year comics.
Yeah, he's a better person and better guy.
Hey, fuck you, Joe. I don't need this shit, dude. I got out of bed. There's no cherry tea downstairs. They had a cherry tea at the cellar.
It's 3:00 in the afternoon. You fucking heeb. I'll stop with the racial slurs, everybody. We have some Jewish fans.
I'm half Jewish.
Are you half Jewish? Oh my God.
Yeah, my dad.
3 o'clock.
Because it's my dad.
What does that have to do with me being Jewish at 3 o'clock?
I don't know. I felt like, well,
Jews are lazy.
Here's the thing. You're so attractive and funny that it's the only thing I can make fun of you for.
All right, now we're talking.
Yeah, and Greg's just a better human being. I'm like, my God.
More funny.
I'm working on myself, dude.
Yeah, well, keep working.
This is my year.
And then to Greg Warren's left, we have the one and only, my new roommate. This is the first show we've done together since we've been roommates.
Oh, it's an honor. We drove in together today.
We did, and it was a nightmare.
Yeah, because you're a psycho
You guys
as
left
a
me in
passenger.
Astoria, man.
Yeah, we were trying to get, but he's very Nazi-esque.
Oh, about time?
Yeah, time and driving. So we left. I get in the car. Scopo wants to drive. The first stop sign we get to, he overshoots it, wild Latino maniac driving 70 miles an hour almost hits me.
Not even close to what happened.
That's very Nazi-like, Joe. That's a lot like what Hitler did to the Jews. You fucking You're trivializing what happened. I'm not going to go with this.
Hitler did nothing to the Jews.
You compared the
He called him a Nazi.
To a near car accident.
Not even a car accident.
Reckless
Reckless with red lights is not in the same category
wasn't even close.
of Hitler's atrocities.
Wasn't even close to a car accident. Maybe I stopped a little soon to a guy when hit me, but it was not even close. I had to down. He just gets nervous. He shakes. It's weird. He's like a dog.
The difference between this and the Holocaust is this happened. Wouldn't you say that the guy...
I don't know if I can be part of this.
Terribly
irresponsible. My
have
grandfather
Jewish
would want,
family
me to
members.
would want me to leave this podcast.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'll clean it up. I feel like this show, we got to be edgy, you know? I wish Will was here because it would make it all seem better. But we do have a minority. We have Deepu here, everybody.
Hey, happy to
Yeah.
be here, Joe.
You didn't put yourself on camera.
Oh, it's not about me.
All right. Well, is there not even a camera on you?
No.
Ah, jeez.
Yeah, where's your Deepu camera?
Deepu is very handsome, everybody.
You're just going to have to take our word that a minority is here.
You can kind of see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's running the technical operation, so we're good. He's
You know,
Indian.
I've had the choice to put myself on camera, but I figured, it's a waste of screen time.
Yeah, that's a good point. You're not very good looking.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're here, everybody. Robert Kelly is not here, so I'll try to be confrontational and funny at the same time. And all right, guys, come on. Give me some... you're supposed to give you like a, he is confrontational like crazy. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. What are we talking about, everybody? This show has no topics and
You're
no
the host.
rules.
Bring it out. Come
well,
on. Throw it out there.
I got a few things I want to talk about. One thing is I brought the Rolling Stone, Rob Sheffield, ranking each cast member. And have you guys read this yet?
This guy deserves to get his ass kicked.
I read it
think, who wrote
online.
this.
If it's the same one online, I read it.
Probably it's the same
It's the
online,
same
I would
one. Yeah,
imagine.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be
Same
crazy
one.
if they had different ones. Well, first of all, I'm not into this whole Twitter army thing and go attack this guy, but find Rob Sheffield on Twitter and just
Kill
we
him.
gotta end this guy's career in life. I mean, this guy is a piece of shit.
Well, he's, you know what? He doesn't deserve, like, who the fuck is he to call
who is he?
Colin Quinn a hack, to call Norm Macdonald unfunny? Who do you think you are? Those are two comic
Who is he?
legends.
Is he a comic writer? Does he do?
No, I think he's just a writer. I don't know.
Or just a regular. He has nothing to do with comedy at all.
Give
I
him
have,
a Google.
I have a problem with lists to begin with. but when-
Everybody wants to rank everything.
Why do you got a problem with
Yeah.
Joe?
Yeah, I'm a nice guy.
That was
You-
good. But
That was Scopo's best joke he's ever made,
I liked
ever,
it. I
podcast
liked
or
it.
otherwise.
Man.
and
Maybe
he
we
got
should stop for a
it,
second.
and I stopped and I enjoyed it. I don't like lists. I don't like the idea of ranking. Like, why does everything have to be ranked?
I'm with you, man.
And then,
I
and
fall
then,
for it.
And then on top of it, you're insulting comic. Like, how out of the loop does this guy have to be comedically to think that Colin Quinn is a hack?
It's
The
insane.
most original comic mind.
Yeah, probably if we were to rank hacks from Scopo to non-hack, I would say that Quinn is the furthest from hack
He's
of all
the
time.
yin and yang of me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stink. I'm only kidding. Scopo's great. Follow Scopo. He's almost at 1,000 Twitter followers.
Yes.
Let's
Yeah.
take him down.
I'm
Let's take
contributing to that.
Let's get him down to 800. man.
Please, I can't. My career cannot take that hit
Get
again.
down to 800.
I think after that
First
list
lesson you gotta
pun,
learn.
that list pun should get you.
Unfollow Scopo.
Oh, Greg, I thought we were friends, Greg. You were wearing a Cardinals shirt. I like the Cardinals, and now I have
All
to
right,
kill
the
you. I'm
baseball
not gonna
guy.
lie.
I don't like. You gotta take a guy down a couple of notches before he gets to 1,000.
Yeah.
It's like an NBA team. You got to lose a couple times in the first round, then the
Yep.
second round before you get a championship.
Yeah.
But you're getting there, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I had a first round knockout sweep last year.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I get taken to a game 6 this year.
You're at 600 right now.
Festuca kept making a good run, but then they had to just disband the whole team. They sent him back to Australia.
Overweight limit.
Jesus Christ, Chris.
Jesus.
Come on, I was just about to give a shout out to I'd miss Kelly. Who misses Kelly? Anyone miss Kelly? Well, you guys weren't really a part of the show, but you know her.
But I met her. I liked her. She was always fun to see. Yeah.
Sweet gal.
Yeah, she
real
was.
sweet.
She was there. You know. Oh,
Always
Jesus
fun to
Christ.
see.
Sam?
That's like the worst thing. Yeah, that guy, he was, around.
Greg Warren says she was always fun to see. That's why he gets a better intro, because he's a good liar. No, I'm kidding. I do miss Kelly, though, and I was just thinking about her the other day. And so, Kelly, if you're still listening, maybe you hate us. I don't know. Hello, and nice to see you. All right, I want to get into this. This is what this guy writes. Norm Macdonald is ranked 135 out of 141. And this guy, he just writes this just so people will talk about him. That's what we're doing. So we're
I
probably
know.
giving him more.
He's winning right now.
He's winning. But let me just read this one thing here, because we got to fill 2 hours, and I don't know what to talk about, and I'm gay. Norm Macdonald clearly thought he was hilarious, and that counts for something. Confidence is essential for a Weekend Update anchor. Unfortunately, he was just a Dennis Miller clone with no mullet and no jokes. Stare into the camera a little longer, Norm. Maybe it'll get funny.
I think Norm is one of the funniest people ever. You know, like beyond just Weekend Update. Like, how do you miss that? I guess humor's subjective, but I thought Norm was edgy and ballsy and
Funniest guy in the history of the show, I would say. Maybe.
His tone is just hilarious. The way he
Yeah.
comes out with the words he comes out like, "Hey, here," like he can't do his voice, but he's fucking hilarious.
Greg, you do a pretty good Norm Macdonald impression.
I didn't know I did.
You just did one earlier. I
Oh,
thought it was
the
pretty
snake.
good. Yeah.
Just like a snake.
Deepu, thoughts? Deepu, I want to get you more involved in the podcast.
I thought Martin Short was my favorite part of the SNL 40.
Oh wow. Well, he's
Yeah.
not. He's very. I don't even know he was. He was a cast
Short-lived
member for
SNL career.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was on it actually.
What-
It was a Martin short-lived career.
He had one of my favorite sketches, the men's synchronized swimming sketch.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
That's one of
The Celebrity Jeopardy was fucking hilarious. I thought.
The SNL 40 Celebrity Jeopardy was great.
So funny.
And how about the Norm Macdonald story that he told about
Amazing,
Eddie Murphy?
amazing.
That was
It's
pretty
a
crazy.
perfect example when he played Burt Reynolds on the TV. Awesome,
his
man.
Burt Reynolds was one of the
It was-
funniest I've
yeah,
ever seen in
it's
my life.
great.
Yeah, unbelievable. Turd Ferguson.
Turd, yeah.
It's a big hat. It's a funny hat.
Also, you got to take into account a guy like Daryl Hammond who was there for so long. Like that guy, you know.
Yeah, he's in there, but I think he's pretty low on the list.
I saw
already.
him.
Did he
He
get
was,
a-
he
did
was
he-
a feature actor when I was in college and went and watched him, man.
Wow.
He was like one of my favorite guys to watch.
Yeah, Daryl Hammond.
A feature, like
long
a
was-
comedian feature?
Yeah, he was
like on the
He was a
road?
middle act at Deja Vu in Columbia. It was the first time I met him. He was really cool.
Wow.
Yeah. He was the middle.
Oh, my
How
God,
long
that's
was he-
amazing.
How long was he in the show for? Like 10 years, right?
No, more than that.
More than that?
He was on for like almost 20 years.
Who
I feel like.
was the longest on the show? Was it Tim Meadows?
Daryl Hammond.
It must be
Oh,
Daryl Hammond.
Yeah, he was on from
Tim
95
Meadows
to
was on.
2009.
Tim Meadows was on for a long time too.
Yes.
I remember I opened for Daryl Hammond once, and I went to the green room, and he was like, "Hey Sam, how are you?" And I was like, "I'm doing great, man. How are you?" And he's like, "Not well."
Yeah. He was a troubled guy. I think, but he's
Yeah,
a
he's got-
sweet guy.
He's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
nice. He's such a nice
Yeah,
guy, but I
yeah.
think he's had a lot of difficulties.
Oh, he wrote a book about it. That was pretty,
but
pretty,
such a talented guy and so nice.
He's one of those guys that I think he struggles with addiction. He was one of those guys that was so blown away by. He'd have like a guy, like a handler with him to keep him out of trouble. I remember being like, that's a level of
That
troubledness.
impressed you?
When there's like a guy who has to like stand around. We always laughed. I never had
How
someone
does
that.
that fucking work though? The guy, you're paying him, right?
Yeah, I guess. My friend Ira and I used to always laugh and think about the idea of like the guy standing outside the bathroom, just being like, they're like, hey, where's Steve or Daryl, whatever. And he's like, he's just taking a shit. And then they're like, actually, it has been a while. And then you kick him in the bathroom door, and like the window shades are blown, and you just see him like running. And then my buddy Ira and I would always go with like, he's running with a dildo in his ass, naked. And that was our idea of like going crazy, was having a dildo in your ass, running. I can't think of anything crazier than running
It's
full
crazy.
speed with a
Yeah,
dildo.
yeah. If you're gonna take the trouble to put a dildo in your ass, you're probably gonna.
Run with it.
No, you're probably gonna sit there and enjoy it for a while instead of running.
Yeah, I guess that's a
Yeah.
good point. I don't know if someone else stuck it in my, I'd probably run away from them. I'd
Would
go
you
with
maybe
removal.
take it out?
Yeah, maybe I'd do that first. I don't know. I don't have a lot of dildo experience. I found my mother's dildo. No, let's go dirty. Let's just get crazy,
Wow.
everybody.
Found a mother's dildo?
Yeah, early on in my life. Yeah, it was under my pillow, which is weird.
Did you know what it was?
It was under my pillow. Woo.
My,
You know what I
I
don't
guess I got
like
the bomb
about?
in.
I think I sent you this article last week, Joe. There was an article in the New York Times Magazine about public shaming and about like just the bully mentality and about just like kind of ganging up on people.
Shut
Yeah.
up,
And that's-
faggot.
Yeah, you Jew, dummy.
This is exactly what they quoted in the article: "Jew faggot dummy." And no, and you know. It's like a similar
The dummy
mindset
hurts,
when
though,
you
doesn't it?
trash people. Like it's the same mindset. You're just trying to. It's what people flock to. You're trying to sell magazines. It's negativity. People flock to.
Oh, you're talking about the ranking the things.
Yeah. Well, I'm going back to this.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think you're talking about finding dildos still. That's why I was confused. No, I agree, and it's that you get to rank them, and then it's everyone talks about it. These lists. I believe the list started with the 100 greatest artists on VH1. That was like the first big one I remember. They did like the 100 greatest artists of rock and roll that Kevin Bacon hosted, and then I feel like after that it just blew up.
I don't like the thing on the internet when you go to the list and they catch me. I hate them, but I'm like, I'll see.
Yeah.
And then you got to click, for each part of the list, like each
I
number.
know,
You got to
next
click.
page.
Just
Right,
fucking
right.
list them, man.
Yeah.
They're just looking for clicks.
Yeah.
I'm trying to never go do that again on the internet because you're just looking for 100 clicks. on
I
your
did
page.
that with the Saturday, and I got to like halfway through, and the page like fucking expired.
Yeah.
And I had to go back and redo it all again.
Fuck, show me the list, man.
Yeah.
I like the ones that the athlete ones. Those are always fun and get it spicy.
Well, like the 10 beefs you didn't know about. with
Yeah,
athletes, stuff
10
like-
best athletes, 10 gayest athletes, 10 biggest
I watched
dicks.
the 10 celebrity feuds. That was good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What was that one?
One of the feuds, Bill Murray and who was the
Harold
Chinese?
Ramis.
No, the Chinese girl in Charlie's Angels.
Lucy Liu?
Lucy Liu.
Why?
Really?
There's a reason why Bill Murray's not on the.
They were in the movie.
Charlie's
Yeah,
Angels.
yeah,
he was the guy
Bosley.
Bosley,
Yeah, yeah.
and then supposedly during a scene, he like stops in the middle of the scene and goes to Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, and Lucy Liu. He goes, "I know why you're here, Cameron. You're beautiful and talented. Drew, you're talented." And he goes, "Why are you here, Lucy?" In the middle of the fucking, in the middle of the, and supposedly she like threw fist at him and shit.
Wow.
And she
weird.
wouldn't come back if he was on the show. He was on the second one.
You know, it's interesting. I just worked with a guy who was friends with a guy who worked on a set that Bill Murray was on, and he said he was the biggest asshole
I've heard
ever.
I've heard Lucy Liu's kind of a twat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I've heard a few times.
She is
Well,
beautiful, though. That's
yeah.
kind of weird that, you just
Well,
call her.
you, man. You.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
No, that's not just Asian people.
Booga. Sam loves the Asians.
He does,
That's-
man. I mean,
that's-
obviously.
I love
that's
women
good.
of all backgrounds.
But you're
But
off
you
the Asians a little bit.
specifically-
I'm off the sauce.
Sesame.
And I didn't know this. This is not me being insensitive towards the Jewish struggle. I heard that a lot of Jews are into Asians. Is that true?
One of your favorite Jews.
Which one?
Woody Allen.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. He's into Jewish children, which is interesting.
You ever heard Wayne Fetterman's Woody Allen joke? It's the best Woody Allen joke.
Let's hear it.
Woody Allen is he's my hero. All these years and still married to the same daughter. That's a good joke. No,
That was
It wasn't going to hit regardless because of the room.
No, I think it
But,
could have hit. No, I like
Yeah,
it.
joke.
It's a good
No,
joke.
it's a good
Nah,
joke.
I don't
like
think
it.
it's not my joke. I don't give a shit about it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Don't you,
Obviously, you didn't take a beat when you were supposed to. On the,
don't you
Someone
hate when
had-
you bomb someone else's joke? It's worse than bombing your own joke.
I know.
Someone had
I
a
didn't
joke.
do it justice. Wayne, I'm sorry. I think you're
I know
hilarious.
he's a very funny guy. Nice guy too.
I don't know who-
doesn't deserve that.
I don't know who this joke was, but Woody Allen raised his own pussy.
Yowzer, boy.
Thank you for taking the heat off me there, Chris. That was
Maybe that
that was-
bandana. I don't know.
Yeah, we
Sam, I
saved
thought,
That wasn't even my joke. I heard that.
I thought you did a nice job, Sam.
I don't have any Woody Allen jokes 'cause I think he's a great artist and I love him and I stand by him.
Oh, that the Woody Allen stand-up comic. That's the greatest.
Oh, the album?
The album.
Oh, it's
best.
so,
Oh, yeah.
he did it all, man. He did everything.
It holds up. He's one of the best at everything he's ever done.
It's amazing.
Isn't that crazy? He's one of the best
Stand-up,
stand-ups, one of the best
movies,
directors, writers.
yeah.
I think he's a great comedic actor, too.
Does he ever do stand-up anymore?
No.
No, he's done with that.
Not since he... Do you?
I don't know.
Woo, we're having fun, huh? Oh, boy.
Next time that car's gonna hit you.
Yeah, well, you almost killed me, and I didn't appreciate it. But I do appreciate the ride. It was nice. I would have had to pay $2.50 and get here much quicker and not have my life risked. Sorry, do you want gas money, by the way?
No.
Remember that last ordeal?
No, it's fine.
Do people ask for that still? Gas money?
I don't know.
I think you should offer. I don't know. It depends on how long the trip is, I guess.
No,
let's
if
talk about this.
I'm going to the place, no, the car's gonna be used anyway.
Right,
Oh,
right.
interesting. You should say that, Chris. I wouldn't mind pulling up an episode from last summer.
Oh well,
when
you know
Chris
what?
Scopo,
You were just bitching. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you. Then I'll throw that at you.
Chris Scopo was supposed to pick up me, Sarah, and Kelly Festuca, a couple of lovely ladies, and Kelly, and that was a joke about me.
There you go.
And her.
Yes, it was kind of a twofer. It was a pretty brilliant joke.
I
honestly.
liked it. I enjoyed it.
He's supposed to pick us up to take us to Robert Kelly, who's very, very generous, having a big barbecue for us boys and girls.
Another thing I wasn't booked on.
Yeah, well, that's because he
Actually,
hates
you did invite me. You did invite me to that.
Oh yeah, that was a different one. I think that you can't say on air that I invited you because Robert might listen to this and he'll be pissed if he finds out that I invited you to his
okay.
house.
Well, I didn't go.
But anyways, Chris was supposed to pick us up and was an hour and 10 minutes late to pick us up.
And you guys wouldn't wait 5 minutes today for me to ride to down here with you from Astoria.
Well, I would have
live in your
waited,
neighborhood.
but Chris is not a good person.
5 minutes.
And he said,
I did say I was like, oh, you want to wait for him? And you said no, he's probably in the shower.
Fuck you, Joe.
That-
Jesus.
Did you not say that? Did you not say that? Did you?
Interesting you say, did you not say that? Because, yes, I did say that. The question is, did you actually say, do you want to wait for him? Which is complete bullshit. You said, we have to leave now.
No,
and then I said, it's okay, he's probably in the shower.
No.
What
Remember,
you said is, if he texts this minute.
I did not say that.
That's exactly what you said.
I
You
did
said-
not say that. We were walking.
It came down to a fucking minute.
We're walking.
I lost out with hanging
We
out
were
with my
walking
friend.
to the car, and I was like, oh, okay. You said 12:15. I was like, oh, we got to go before that. That was like 10 minutes before that. I was like, we got to go, and you were like, oh, it was like 12:08, and I was like, all right, we could wait for him, I guess. He goes, well, he hasn't responded back to my text. He's probably in the shower.
I was in
Yes.
the shower.
And then he said.
You knew I was in the shower.
And you said, quote, if he texts this minute. And I
didn't say
said,
that.
don't worry about it. He's in the oh, my God. You're
I
a
didn't say that.
fucking
I
liar.
did not say that. You're a liar.
You're an Italian
You're a liar. You're a fucking Boston liar.
All right.
I don't know what that means, but shitting on New York
right-
sports the
came
whole
right
way
back
here, by
at
the
him.
way.
Sports
Fuck
radio.
you, dude.
New
Fuck
York,
you.
New York Sports Radio. Congrats on the Knicks, by the way. I heard they have double-digit amount of wins this season.
There's no need for that.
Well,
There's
you're
just no
gay.
need. You know what hurts me?
What's your story? You said you have a story there, Sam.
Oh, it's not a great story. I just had a.
I'm sure it isn't.
Fuck you, Joe.
I'm
This
sorry.
negativity is taking a toll on my self-esteem.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Well, I canceled a gig this weekend in Mall of America in Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. This weekend?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Al-Shabaab is threatening to attack.
Really?
Oh, they
Yes.
were. That's true, man.
And my agent called me and he's like, "Hey, I got you this gig at the Mall of America." I'm like, "You mean the Mall of America that Al-Shabaab is threatening
Who-
to
I don't know
attack?"
who
Who's Al-Shabaab? Is he a
yeah.
rival club owner?
yeah.
He owns skid marks in
If
St.
there are
Paul.
people that don't know Al-Shabaab,
Yeah, he owns
they're like
door
the-
knockers down there. And,
They're like the broke. They're like the broke of the terror groups. They're the brokest of like the big terror groups.
They're the open
Which-
micer of ISIS?
Basically,
ISIS?
basically
yeah,
they
yeah.
are. Yeah. I see what
They
you did
sort
there,
of-
Chris. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it's pretty good.
And,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's
was a
like
nice job.
950 Twitter follower good. I think it's climbing the ranks.
You might get a couple.
I'm at 974 right now.
All right,
so
980. I'll give you that. But yeah,
Take him down to
so I
500,
told-
guys.
I told my
Take him
agent.
down to 500 listeners. Take him down to 500. Then take him back up. Give it a few weeks though. See if we can get him below 500.
Let him think about
put
it
him in a
little bit.
bedroom.
I told my agent,
Coffee cake.
you mean the Al-Shabaab, the one that Al-Shabaab's going to attack? And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And I was just like,
Wait, did they specifically say
They
that?
specifically said
they
the
said
Mall of
Mall of
America.
America.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
and he's like, "No, they're not." I'm like, "Don't even Google Mall of America. Google Al-Shabaab."
They're not
So he
Google-
Googles Al-Shabaab. He's like, "You're right. Mall of America's on there." And I'm like, "All right, let me think about this. I'll call you back in like 15 minutes." And then he calls me. He's like, "Look, I talked to the club manager. She said everything's fine."
She said, that's great, man.
Which I was
That
like,
is the best.
I was dying.
That's such
I
a
was-
club owner
I was-
thing.
I was- it's an
know.
agent thing.
I talked to Al-Shabaab. They're not
I
going to
talked-
attack.
like, she's-
They said it's gonna. If they do, it's gonna be the other end of the mall.
She's breaking encryption codes in the lobby. Yeah, she's doing. Yo, what the hell? It was also such. It's like such a classic like agent thing to say.
Oh,
Be
that's
like,
great.
I think it's gonna be fine. And then this is the other thing he said. He's like, it's swarming with the FBI. She said, which means honestly, there's no better time to go.
Wow. Maybe there'll be a bunch of FBI guys at the show.
I don't think they'd be. It's a big mall. I feel like they
But
wouldn't even.
but why would you tell them you're going to bomb the place? You don't just tell them.
Al-Shabaab, well, because I think why they do
They
it
call
because
their
they need money
No, they
because
call their
they're not
shots.
they need to they need to instill fear because they're the brokest of all those groups. I think they're trying to
Yeah.
make money. Also, Minneapolis. Minnesota, they have a big Somali population,
Huge
and
Somali.
and Al-Shabaab.
That's their fucking
Al-Shabaab is made up of Somalis.
Yeah. Kevin Garnett is Somalian.
It's not.
Whew. All right. Well, jeez. That was.
Then they're all at the mall too.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you want to test your patience.
I also
I
interesting-
really thought it was
Somalis
cool.
or
I thought it was cool that I was on the way to radio. I was like, "Oh, that's great, man! You got the Somali community." And then I got in line behind like 40 of them at Starbucks, and I was like, "I don't like."
You know what's funny? That's the guy who was in Captain Phillips. That's where he went when he first came to America, Minnesota.
No, they got him there. They went. There's a Somali comic that talks about it, man. He's kind of a good-looking guy.
Talking,
And they went-
talking to the mic.
Oh, sorry. They went to Minnesota to that community, and they were like casting for the thing, and he was like a comic and an actor, and he got nothing, man.
Oh, wow.
he didn't look jacked up enough
Right.
to be like a pirate.
He just played
you
a
know?
terrorist on Hawaii Five-0.
Who did?
The guy,
The Somali pirate guy?
Yeah,
He was awesome.
Oh,
man.
wow.
yeah, he was good. Yeah,
Talk about getting typecasted. I mean, it's like
I'll fucking take that though.
yeah. I
Didn't
mean,
he? I don't know if you would fly as a pirate. Your ass is too big. I mean, shit. Technically, I got to laugh eventually.
Yeah, I was laughing at
Jesus.
that. I
That was
laughing
the
at
awkward laugh.
silence.
That was
Still
the
trying-
bomb.
I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't know the connection.
Oh, Scopo has a giant baseball ass. Have you
Yeah.
seen it before?
Oh, he does. Yeah, he's got a catcher ass. He's got. He's got.
I
The,
is a
That's
catcher
good.
of
It's
baseball.
crazy. That chair is screaming. You got to
Yeah.
show it. Show your ass to Greg. Come on.
we don't have to do
You
it.
don't like it?
Yeah,
All
so,
right.
so the
Yeah, he would've
here's
been a
another
good
thing about
wrestler, man, like,
Al-Shabaab.
good hips.
Another
Yeah.
Al-Shabaab thing. I did a joke about Al-Shabaab on House Party.
Oh wow!
I did. So what if they did kill me? That's like a fucking. That's like a martyr
man.
death, right?
Yeah, it'll be like Jesus Sam or whatever. What's that word? I've only seen it in
Actually,
Red
sweet.
Sweet.
I think you're trying to say that you were behind, like that's why.
Well, I have an Al Shabaab joke, and then on top of that, and you know what else? These agents are fucking. Just the conversations were hilarious. He's like, no, it's a great club, and I was like, well, then you go there. I don't want to go there this weekend.
Oh,
You know?
wow.
It's a long week
Wait.
too. I'm not going to leave the hotel room. I was terrified.
They said this weekend the terrorist attack's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Something was in.
yeah.
Because I saw the tweets from like the club. I follow them.
It's all over the news. I knew about it instantly. When he called me, I was like, yeah, who's coming out? Who's coming out? They're like, yeah, they said it's going to run red with blood, but this guy's been on the Artie Lang show.
That's fucking hilarious. That's a bit. I mean, that's
That was it.
hilarious.
2-for-1 bomb special right here. Sam Morril, get tickets.
That is classic.
That is awesome. I called. They said it was okay.
That would be the headline: comedian bombed.
Yeah, a terrorist group kills.
That's really funny. Wow. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're safe. Are they pissed? Did you get sued or anything?
No, because it was a fill-in weekend.
Oh, they were asking
They were
you.
asking me to do it.
Someone heard about it.
Well, they said
Drop out.
my agent called me. He's like, Rocky Laporte's sick, and I'm like, no, he's not.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Rocky bailed. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's so funny? He kept saying he's like nothing's gonna happen, which is funny when you could talk because I'm on Facebook and I just messaged Saint Germain.
You're on Facebook?
I
Wow.
at the
Congrats,
time
buddy.
at the time he called, I messaged Dan Saint Germain. And I say, would you do this gig? And he's like, I'm not gonna say yes because if you died, I'd never live with myself. I said the same thing to my agent. He's like, do the gig. You know?
That's hilarious.
Do it. And then if there was a shooting and I didn't get this weekend, if there's a shooting and I'm not there, he'd be like, they didn't get the comic. You know, that's like the type of mentality they'd have.
Right.
Can't be wrong ever. But
Are you gonna be pissed if when there's no shooting and he didn't go?
no, because I was thinking about my quality of life when I was there, and I have some things in the next few months I want to be able to look forward to, and I would not leave the room. I would be having mind games with myself,
Right?
Because I don't mind dying. Like if I die in New York, he's like, you were here for 9/11. I'm like, yeah, but I'm a New Yorker. Like there's something about being a New Yorker. I don't want to die in a fucking food court. You know what I mean?
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Plus, if you die,
It's a nice food court. They got
plus,
everything.
They got him at P.F. Chang's.
Yeah, they have regular restaurants in that food court.
No,
not
I
just food
know.
court.
I know it's a big mall, but it's you start thinking about everything, and I don't know.
if you're on the roller coaster when you die. I rode that roller coaster one time by myself, and they stuck me with a bunch of kids because you're all lined up. It's like a 4 across, and it's me and 3 little kids. And then they take that picture of you as you're going down, and you can buy it afterwards.
Yeah.
And I wanted to buy it and make it my album cover of just me and 3 strange little children. But the whole time we're just standing there, and it looks like it's like a 4-foot kid, a 4-foot kid, a 3.5-foot kid, and then I'm 6'2", just standing there by myself like a creep. And the parents are taking pictures and waving, and I'm just standing there by myself. I'm the comedian.
Last time I went to I dated this girl. Always wanted to go to amusement parks. You know, and I was on one of those where I hate them. They're scary. My stomach hurts. I don't like them.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where they just drop you. I don't know, they take you all the way to that. It was called Spider-Man or something. They
Oh,
take
I
you
love
all the way
those.
to- or Superman. They take you all the way to the top and they just drop you straight down.
Right.
And she wanted to do it, and I was next to these 3 12-year-old kids, and I'm like, hey man, have you done this before? And they were they're like, yeah man, it's cool, it's gonna be. I'm like, no, but seriously, what happens? They were calming me down. Yeah.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. Sarah and I went to what's the one in Santa Monica, and we bought the unlimited thing. It was a rainy day in California, a rare rainy day.
Oh, you
And
probably
we-
no lines.
Yeah, we bought the unlimited. And there was 0 lines, but then there was only 3 guys working, manning the thing. So we'd have to keep being hey, could you walk with us over here and to man this thing? And so we just had our own guy, employee, walking back and forth, pressing the buttons for us. Chris, are you sad? Did I upset you?
No.
Oh, you look dead
I
all
was
of a
really
sudden.
into the story.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
The other thing about the going to Mall of America, if you died, you'd be an idiot for life. Everybody would think you're an idiot. Because he goes to Mall of America, he picks up the gig, they're threatening the club, and he goes
Exactly.
anyways, and then it blows up.
I would think he was a hero.
Right. Well,
Yeah, he died for his art.
I care. It made me realize that I
Howard.
care about where I die.
Who worked?
You know
who
what
took
I mean?
The gig? Did
Oh,
you
interesting.
look and see who took the gig?
We'll check. We'll see who didn't care.
I can check right now, actually.
Let's check.
Let's
I wonder if
figure
they
it out.
It was
updated.
last week.
What's the name
though,
of the? Oh, it was last week.
It was last
No,
week.
it's this weekend.
Oh,
Coming
I thought
up.
they were supposed to get.
What's the
bombed
name of
last
the club?
It's
House
Mall
of
of
Comedy.
America,
House
which
of
is supposed to
Comedy.
be a great club.
It's a good club.
Uh,
This
House
is where you
of
got to fill it in.
And I'd
John.
like to play it-
Fill it in.
I
Well,
called
it's
you-
got- or I could fill it in, or you both don't have to be on your phones, you knuckleheads.
That's
Well,
the other club that used to be at Mall of America, actually.
Knuckleheads?
Yeah, it did. Same
Skid,
spot.
Skid Marks is always my favorite.
it says
fake
Rocky
comedy club.
Laporte right now.
well, it ain't.
Yeah.
Wow, maybe they'll just close.
Nikki Glazer's going to be there though soon.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
But they're literally putting some competition to Acme, which I think is the best club. Do you work either of those clubs, Greg?
I used to work Acme. I work the Mall America now.
Oh wow! Okay.
And yeah, they're great.
Now you're a big road dog, Greg. You're out there a lot, yes?
Quite a bit.
Yeah, and on TV quite a bit as well. You're having a big year here. You just had.
I sat the bench for a while there, Joe.
You did, but you did a Seth Meyers, which is killer.
You killed on Seth Meyers.
That's got to be on
That's a great
YouTube
set.
somewhere, right?
It's on my website.
Yeah. What's your website?
Greg Warren Comedy.
Greg Warren
Yeah.
Comedy.
Yeah, no, I sat out for a long time. I think I sat the bench for about 3 years.
Greg is the most humble guy I've ever
Oh,
met.
You really are the most.
I'm sorry, they did get somebody.
Oh, who is
Yeah.
it?
Lisa Landry.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
good. She's good
I
act.
know and got a big heart and a lot more courage than Sam Morril.
Yeah, she's a really good person, strong, not a
got
Jew.
bigger balls than
Yeah.
you, Sam. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wants to do comedy for a country. He doesn't,
You know?
he doesn't yield to terrorists.
You know,
Her
like,
comedy doesn't back down.
Isn't gonna live in fear. Doesn't believe in the Holocaust. She's a good person.
Yeah, those colors don't run.
Now, I want to go back to Greg being humble because
Dude.
you're a very humble guy. So humble that you don't even talk about being a national All-American wrestler back in the 70s.
classic Matt Behrens, who at the Funny Bone in St. Louis. I remember he told me that Greg came down there once, and he's just there. And Matt's like, Greg, what are you doing in town? And Greg's like, just hanging out for some school thing. We find out later he's getting like inducted to the Mizzou Hall of Fame.
It was my high school Hall of Fame. But
That's still
Oh, well,
That's,
That's
pretty.
still-
That's pretty good, Joe.
yeah, that's not bad.
High
but you
school
didn't,
Hall
but
of
you
Fame.
didn't mention it. Like you didn't even mention it.
What do you like the guy that goes around and be like, hey Sam, how you doing? Going in the high
Yeah,
school
he's
Hall
not
of Fame.
wearing
Yeah,
his
but like you're
Letterman's
never
jacket
that
still.
guy, so you could have said it.
Yes,
you know?
be that guy. High School Hall of Fame. That's unbelievable. That's amazing, too. And what's amazing is you were the only member of your class that's still alive.
Yeah, that's true.
Greg graduated in 1947.
47. Yeah.
They all went to war. That's amazing.
McClanahan died just last year.
Now, what do they do? They retire a jersey or a
Plaque. Yeah, it's just a little
wow.
plaque.
And it hangs in the school?
It's in the school gymnasium. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be heartbreaking if you went back and like a kid had drawn a mustache on it or something? Like
a dick.
a missing tooth?
Dick right to your face, going like that.
Yeah.
I feel that way
Dick.
about. I'll
And
see
some tape of me doing stand up early on and be like, this guy's not funny.
right. Just a thought bubble that says I'm gay or something. I feel that way. Like
I
Schumer
would
has.
love that, man.
Schumer has all these like billboards and stuff in the subway and stuff, and they're all people draw on. I don't ever want to be a success where I have billboards.
No, you never
You're
want to
gonna
be
have
that
a dick
way.
on your face.
It would hurt me. Even like
Really?
sunglasses, I'm
Dude.
like, what are you doing?
I'm making.
think
If I'm
there's
making
any hurt-
Schumer money, you can put all the dicks on my face that I want. I really don't
Now, are
care.
we talking metaphorical dick or
Real
actual dick?
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
If
okay.
Make that much money, I'll take them.
That might be the only way you make Schumer money
Yeah,
is to have
I
dicks all
know.
over your face.
What do you think I'm aiming at, Joe? All right.
I'll put my dick in your face for
anybody
$8.
out
Yeah. Call in if you want to have a dick on Scopo's face.
Yeah, let's let it go.
So was the Hall of Fame just for the wrestling accomplishments or for the comedy accomplishments? Or
No, it's just like the athletic. No, it's just like, yeah, it's for the wrestling.
well, I was definitely like, no, everyone gets in after their 10-year anniversary. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's great,
Um,
though.
And you
Yeah, I mean-
wrestled at Division I wrestling.
Yeah, at Missouri, and nobody cares except for me. But
I care.
Missouri wrestled Iowa 2 days ago in the national duels, and they beat Iowa, and they're the #1 duel team
Wow.
in the country. Yeah,
Does that mean
that means
they're the #1 team in the country or dual
yeah,
team?
kind of. Well, it's weird. It's everything in wrestling is always weird. It's not the actual national tournament. That's in like a month. But when you go head to head, they're the best team.
Okay.
And it was pretty awesome. Yeah.
And you, Foxcatcher was a big movie. Steve Carell nominated. You knew that guy that Steve Carell played, right?
I met him.
met him?
Yeah, when we wrestled against Villanova, he was he gave them a bunch of money, and he sat in the coaching chair.
Wow.
I was like a freshman. We were wrestling against Villanova, and I was like, "Who's the weird guy?" My coach is like, "Oh, that's the guy that donated a bunch of money to the team." And I remember shaking his hand after the
Wow.
match. Yeah.
And was he creepy and stuff?
You know, I wasn't aware enough. All I
Right.
know is we won every match except for Chip Bunner. And on the way home, everybody was saying we won 33 to Bunner. That's the only thing.
Is Butter the guy? Is Butter the Channing Tatum guy?
No. Channing Tatum guy is this guy, Mark Schultz, who I did meet, I did this kind of funny, like goofy wrestling character that kind of caught on in wrestling circles. And we were shooting something and we got Mark Schultz to be in it. Like, but they just told him like, hey, do this thing with this guy. And I basically played an idiot with like a 40-year-old guy with his headgear on, thinking he still wrestles. And so I'm wrestling a little bit with him, and they're shooting it. And I walked away, and Schultz was like, yeah, that guy. He was okay, man. Like, he kind of knew what he was doing. Like, he thought I was like a Make-A-Wish kid, or like, he thought I was retarded or something. And they were like, "No, he wrestled in college, man. He knows what he's doing."
That's really funny because that's like a weird thing where it's like a compliment that you really nailed the character, but also like, oh, so I could be considered a retarded person.
Yeah.
I think it's a compliment. You're going for that, right?
It kind of. I think. Yeah. I don't know.
So
yeah. I think I'm a little bit. I could play that idiot a little bit too easily.
So,
you get a blank look on your face.
We'll try to punch it up, but give me the story. I want to know the story of how you became a fucking all-American wrestler. I mean, what does that entail? Give me a 30-second version. You got to meet a big track meet, a wrestling thing. You're in the corner. You're wearing face paint.
How you like the actual thing?
Yes, I want to hear.
There's a national tournament every year. And,
yes,
and you qualify. Back then, it was the Big 8 tournament, and you qualify based on how you do in the conference. The Big 8 tournament was so good that almost everybody qualified.
By school, you mean, or individual?
By school, yeah.
Right.
Well, no, your individual weight in your weight class.
Gotcha.
You go as a school. So they pick 33 guys from each weight class, and you go to a tournament, and it was in Iowa.
Right.
And the top 8 guys in the tournament are All-American. I got 7th. I was not.
So kind of a low.
Yeah,
kind of a low All-American.
As you can go. Yeah. And trust me,
you were 7th in your weight class in the nation?
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking good, Joe.
It's pretty good. I'm not saying it's not pretty good.
Amazing, actually.
Yeah.
If you were the 7th best comedian
what did you
in your weight class,
Joe?
it'd be pretty good.
I'm in the top 3 in this room. I'll tell you that.
It's not a hard room to be in, though.
Trust me, and I was not. I was like a very long shot to get that 7th. I was not. I had probably the best tournament of my life then.
That's amazing, though, man.
Yeah.
All-American is insane.
Where does that rank among your greatest comedian accomplishments? Are you more thrilled about TV and having a special, or having that wrestling championship?
I don't know, man. I mean, there's a degree of humiliation in both.
You're a fucking nut.
Just getting beat.
You're a nut.
You get beat on a lot to get there. So I don't know. I think.
But that's not humiliating beatings.
It's current. I guess the comedy's more important now because it's current. That's what I'm doing.
Right. It makes your career. It makes your living.
I don't want to live 25 years.
I just mean the feeling when it, when it was going on.
Yeah, it was probably a bigger deal that.
You're an amazing guy, because if I had done that, I would be telling everybody. I'd be showing them my medals and my onesie and my special.
It's not a onesie. It's called a singlet.
A singlet. That's what I meant to say. I was thinking of what I'm wearing.
But there's like a similar. There's like a humility.
In high school, you told me you knew what the fuck it was. You were just you're taking a shot.
It's
whatever.
It's almost like a martial artist thing that when you meet martial artists, they're very humble. They're very together. Like I see you and Mike Vecchione, who are both wrestlers, walk around.
Yeah.
You guys have like a similar humility. You're both very like self-deprecating guys. I don't know. There's something like
that guy's awesome, man. He's.
Yeah.
Vecchione's hilarious.
I'm going to change you, Greg. I want you to walk around.
I want you to be a dick too, dude.
I want you to talk about how you're on TV fucking tonight. And I want you to talk about you killed it on Seth Meyers. You have your own special. And
I want to see you do this way more to people, like stick out your fingers, just sniff it.
Good. First of all, Sam, that's inappropriate and dirty, and also it's a visual joke on a podcast.
Where's those cameras, you fucking asshole?
I didn't know what he was doing. That's how slow
I like to do that when I get off stage to the next comic. I like to walk and just put my finger in their face and be like, sniff it.
Oh, man.
Did you do that in high school?
No, I do it now. I'm worse now than I was in high school.
Sam is a complete child. Wow. Well, I think you're amazing.
High school, Sam?
A school in Midtown called Browning.
Browning?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was like prep school type
Yeah,
kid, right?
Yeah, dude.
Is that a Jew school?
Let me ask,
when I was there.
Let me ask you this, Sam. Are you in the Hall of Fame at that school?
No, of course not.
Well, maybe if you had gone to the House of Comedy and fought terrorism, you would be.
Lisa Landry's in the Hall of Fame somewhere, I can tell you that.
She's going to the Browning Hall of Fame and Mizzou.
Yeah.
America's Hall of Fame.
Look, Lisa's a tough chick. I'll give it to her.
Coward.
Now, if you had to scrap right now, do you think you could, Greg, if you had to scrap right now, you think you could really fuck some people up?
Against a wrestler?
No,
Get
but
killed.
against the average guy walking
No,
around.
you had that story last year, right? Where that guy came at you.
He was a heroin addict. Yeah.
Yeah, but you took it to him, old school Mizzou style.
The guy punched this street guy punched me in the head.
What?
For no reason, or
Yeah, I was just walking, and this guy. I'm such an idiot. I was walking in the East Village, and you know how sometimes in New York, you guys probably got more friends than I do, but like sometimes you just go about three days without talking to
That's
anybody.
humility. What is it?
Yes.
You know
if
what
you
I-
told people you were an all-American wrestler, you'd have a whole bunch of friends.
No, but I mean, sometimes you just go like, you just get like way too into yourself, and you just go like 2 days without speaking to anybody.
Yes.
And so I was in one of those days, and I was out walking, and I hear this guy behind me. He goes, "Hey, motherfucker, what are you looking at?" And I turned around, which is like I told Judah Friedland. He's like, "That's the stupidest thing. Like, why don't you just go into a store?" I turned around. It was this crazy guy. And
was he charging at you or something?
no, he wasn't charging. He goes, "What are you fucking looking at?" He was probably just fishing for somebody.
Yeah, and you
I
took the bait.
Yeah, I took the bait, and I turned around and
Oh,
I'm
you
like,
can't
and then I
take
just
the bait.
Yeah, you can't do the bait.
It's New York.
Yeah, I know.
You take all the bait, you're gonna die.
completely rookie move. And and then I just kept walking, and he goes, "I was talking to you, motherfucker." And I think I flipped him off like as I'm walking away, and then he sprints, he like gets in my face, he goes, "Motherfucker, don't walk away from me." And then I kind of was like, hey, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Was this your first day in New York?
No, I'd been there for about a year. And then he just jacked me, man. He just punched me, and for a second I was like that victim. I don't know. You feel like a victim in the city sometimes. Like, oh man. And then I was like, wait a minute. I did this every day for 20 years. I just shot a single leg takedown on him and picked his leg up like here, like you're supposed to do. It was a pretty good technique. And then he just went right down. Like he sucked. He was terrible.
Not a good wrestler.
He was awful.
I bet he wasn't an all-American.
Joe, I would bet you never made it past districts in high school. and then I flipped out, and I fucking had my hand on his throat, and I'm like, "Motherfucker, I'll fucking kill it." Like everything, just a year of getting beat down in this city.
Didn't someone see it too?
Yeah, this guy. I looked up and there's this dude with a camera. And he's
probably on
videotaping it.
YouTube beating the shit
I know,
out of a homeless
I've been
guy.
looking for it. Yeah, I said
Got more hits than your Meyer set.
it would definitely get more hits. But I did say I did say if that thing does wind up on YouTube, I would have known because I would have got a call from my college coach like, "Warren, you still don't know how to shoot a single leg to the right side. You didn't finish it off." And it wasn't a true win. He used to say to me a lot.
Oh, wow. Yikes.
Yeah. I
That seems
got
like
beat.
a tough community to be in, the wrestling community.
Yeah, our friend Jonigan, a common friend of ours, comic. His favorite thing he is. I told him this story about when I was I was a freshman against at Northern Iowa, and I didn't cut my weight right, and the guy was really good. And I was on the bottom. And you know what stalling is in wrestling? Is when they're
You got to
saying-
explain to the listeners. They don't.
So in wrestling, if there's no activity, if one guy's kind of not doing a lot.
Right.
It's in boxing. If you see the guy clutching on or something like that, they call it stalling, and they throw their fist out, and it's sort of. And this place, the gym was packed, and we were away, and I was there. I was a freshman, and the ref hit me for stalling like 4 times, which is just, you can't.
Right. Scopo does if he has to do 20 minutes.
It's yeah.
A lot of, where are we from? What do you
And then
do?
the ref was like fucking doing stand-up comedy. He's like, "Are you okay down there, son?" And the crowd's all laughing. And my coach,
You getting booed or no?
oh yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
And I was awful. And for my whole college career, if I had one bad practice, Warren, I remember when you laid down at Northern Iowa. I'm like, I was the captain of our team as a senior. Just like one bad practice. I remember when you fucking laid down at Northern Iowa, Warren. You better pick it up.
Oh, wow. Is he still around? This
Yeah,
guy?
well, he's a great guy, man. But
Wow.
man, he was a guy that I wrestled with a lot. I didn't have a lot of drill partners my senior year, so
Yeah.
I wrestled with him. He was the toughest guy in the world.
Wow.
And we got in a fist fight one time.
What?
Yeah, with my coach in practice.
Oh, my
Senior
God.
Year.
And
I was
this
the
is
captain.
at Mizzou?
He was at Mizzou. We're in practice, and I had just this girl broke up with me. Cheryl. She broke up. She's beautiful. I'll
What
never
a
date a girl as pretty.
slut.
Beautiful. Yeah. She broke up with me, and I was like so bummed out. And so I go to practice, and I'm like, I've never been this depressed. And right before practice, we had this kid, Sammy Henson, who wound up being an Olympic silver medalist. He was kind of, at the time, he was a freshman and a punk, and him and the head coach started jawing each other. He was like, fuck you, Roper, I'll fucking leave. So he walks out. So now the coach is pissed. And he comes up to me, he goes, Warren, me and you are fucking going today. And I'm like, oh, shit, man. And I turn to our assistant coach, I go, Waylon, I swear to God, I'm not taking his shit today. I'm not fucking taking any of his shit. So we start wrestling, and it's kind of like it gets a little physical, but it's still legal. Like there's a line that you can cross, and it happens in college wrestling. You get beat on the back of the head, like the guy just sort of smacks the back of your head.
Right.
He takes like your forearm and smack the back of the head. It's kind of legal, and then it just starts going from that to being okay. No, he does it 3 times, so I come back at him. Now I'm a little over the line. He does it back to me. Now he's way over the line.
Right.
And I do it right back to him. Now I'm just basically taking my forearm and clubbing the back of his neck. Okay, so then he steps out. And he steps out, and it was not wrestling anymore, it was boxing. He just took a right and jacked me right in the fucking jaw.
Oh, my God.
Boom! And then and this is the guy that, my coach, man. And, I never fucking got the best of him ever in practice, okay? At best.
And you can wrestle. Can you fight?
No, but back then I could hold my own. All right, I was I was a 20-year-old athlete or whatever. But
right.
So I'm just freaking out. And I step back, and I fucking jack him with the left hand right. I go, bam, bam. And
wow.
And then he steps in. He goes, Warren, do you want to fucking fight or do you want to wrestle? Because if you want to fight, I'll beat your fucking ass. And
my God.
It was the last shred of respect I had. I still respect. I love this guy, man. He was he did everything, and it was just a heated moment. And I go, I'll wrestle you, coach. And okay, up until that point, 4 years I'd wrestled with this guy. Probably every day, and the best I ever did was even. Okay, like the best I ever did was even. I mean, he was good, and he was one of those guys where like no technique, he'd just wear you down, and you'd have to take a shotgun to make him quit. So I was just in that emotional, like crazy, like I had tears coming out of my eye, and I beat the fuck out of him that day.
Wow.
I took him down like 20 times, and as he was getting up from the taking out, I'd push him away, and I killed him. I killed him.
Oh my God!
Fucking killed him, and this was going on for like an hour, and the whole team stopped like drilling when we were
Holy
fighting.
Shit.
So
my God.
like I'm killing him. I'm fucking killing him, and finally I've never heard him say this ever. He goes, "All right, Warren, I had enough." Like he stops.
Wow.
And then he had to get one more thing. He goes, it's called getting mad, Warren. If you did it more than he goes, if you did it more often, you'd be fucking better than you are. And he had to get one. So I go downstairs to the locker room, and I'm like crying, like that 22-year-old crying.
Right.
Like I'm just emotional. I'm like, fuck him, man. Fuck Roper, man. That's bullshit, man. I don't give a shit, man. Like I was just like all this. So our grad assistant Charlie walks down. He says. He goes after you left. He goes, Roper walked into the coaching office, and he goes, I like Warren, man. He's a pretty good guy.
Wow.
The coach just walked by with his finger. He's like, that's Cheryl, dude.
Wow. That's like old school man
that
shit.
was the craziest thing. And the thing is, people that don't understand the sport are like, that's awful. Your coach, like
no, that's awesome.
I'm like, no, man, he was also my wrestling partner, and sometimes it goes over the line in wrestling.
Right,
and
right.
It's a very weird dynamic, and it wasn't it wasn't abusive, it wasn't anything like that. It just it was like two guys that had been wrestling each other for a long time, and but yeah, it was the craziest thing that ever happened.
That's like out of a movie, man. That's badass.
How much older than you was he?
He was probably. Well, he's probably 10 years older.
Okay, and
so he was in his early 30s, and he could still go. He just
right.
Which is when I was in my early 30s, I was a comic. I couldn't go.
Right.
He could still go, and like we said, it was never. He didn't have the best technique, but he just never ever quit, and he just wear you down.
Right. He's like Cool Hand Luke.
Yeah. He was. Yeah.
Wow.
I can eat 50 eggs.
And why couldn't you say 35 or 39? What kind? And he must have been an accomplished wrestler himself.
Yeah, he was a guy. He took 4th in the nation. He took he took 4th in the Big 8. And then the same year he took 4th in the nation. The top 4 guys that were in the Big 8 were also the top 4 guys in the nation. And 2 of those guys wound up being Olympic gold medalists. And one was like a world, it was Nate Carr and Kenny Monday, who were, 2 of the greatest wrestlers we've ever had.
Holy shit.
In the U.S. Yeah. So he was legit, man.
Wow. And Sam, you played hoop.
Yeah, but not at a high level. I play at like the rec center.
Don't be so humble, goddammit.
Yeah, but I really didn't. He's actually being humble. I'm
No,
just, you know.
No, I know, but you stink. But you
play-
still ball though.
I play at the rec center.
Sam's
with the
good.
kids.
Yeah, I
Is it
played
a
with
Jewish
Sam.
I can
rec
play.
center?
I can play. I'm all right. I play at the rec center with the kids usually. You know,
What kind of kids?
they're like
Children?
teenagers. They're good. No, they're
Yeah,
like
no, that's
18,
better.
19.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
good. They
yeah.
can
Right,
ball.
right. I wanna play
They
with
can
you.
dunk. They're sick, man.
When can I play with you?
When did we play together? In the park that one day?
Like in August, something like that. Yeah.
I have the whitest game. I'm like mid-range J's all day.
Yeah.
No
Well, I mean,
athleticism. You know.
that crop of comics wasn't that great.
I
that day.
wasn't playing
Yeah.
with good. But DeVito
Schultz
can
is
play.
good.
Schultz is good.
Schultz's brother was good.
And Scopo, you can play hoop. I feel like you're too much bottom heavy. I feel like you wouldn't be able to get off the ground.
I'm not that great. No.
Box out.
Who else play with us?
Power forward type.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Power
I'm
bottom?
too small to be power forward.
Yeah, we weren't playing with heavyweights. But everyone's like everyone's kind of the same level for the most part. Everyone's like
Yeah.
pretty good, you know.
Play baseball. I'll take it down though.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
say that much. Yeah.
And if I had any sport I wish I was good at, it was that. I mean, I was terrible at it, but I love that sport, man. I
What-
love it.
I wasn't the greatest at it, but I was pretty good.
What'd you play?
Catcher.
Position.
He was a catcher.
Yeah, the
That's why he's got
catcher, yeah.
those silly legs.
Yeah.
Could you hit?
What?
Could you hit?
Not when I got to college.
Yeah.
No, that's what kind of slowed
What
me
was
down.
it? Curveballs?
When you get to college, they didn't throw harder. They just hit the location.
Yeah.
So like if they wanted the ball on the inside part of the plate, they was going on the inside part of the plate. In
Yeah.
high school, they used to throw and leave it kind of in the middle. So they used to hit it.
Right.
But if they wanted it in the inside or the outside, they could hit it. I played against pretty good guys. I played against Justin Upton.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Justin Upton.
The singer. Yeah.
Yeah. Dylan, the guy from the Yankees, Dylan Betances,
Oh,
the
wow.
closer.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
fucking made me look stupid one time. He
Where
threw
did you
me
play?
Sacred Heart University.
Yeah.
He
I just did Sacred Heart University in Fairfield, Connecticut.
yeah,
I just did the school there.
it's a great school.
Yeah, there was 7 TVs on with the sound, 8 students. There was almost a TV on with the sound for every audience
Where'd you
member.
play? Did you play in the cafeteria or play in the lecture hall?
I played guitar and sang my songs.
No.
Kidding. I did comedy. I was at the cafeteria.
Cafeteria? Oh,
Yeah, and it was
Those
fucking
gigs are
horrible.
almost never good.
It was
The
like people
cafeteria.
were walking through with their trays of food and would just stare at me and then just shake their head and
Yeah.
leave and then throw food at me. It was
I
horrible.
never saw a fucking comic there though when I was there for 4 years. I fucking never once saw a comic there.
I wish that you were there. I wish that someone was there. It was fucking brutal. One
Really?
girl was just like studying and doing her homework, and I was like, "Hey, so what are you?" Because I'm trying to kill time, stall, if you will. And I was like, "What are you doing over there?" And she was like, "Economics," and like it just answered it real matter of factly, and went like right back into her work. And I was like, "Okay, well, that was that." And I literally had one of those breakdowns, a very
Oh, he
un-Greg.
asked me. I told him his economics.
I had a very un-Greg Warren moment where I got so fed up that I was like, I've been on TV. I've been on Letterman.
I know,
I was
yeah.
on TV.
Because you feel like you have to like you legitimize it somehow. You're like, come
I've
on,
done that, man.
I've done it.
Yeah, you definitely you get backed into a corner. That's that fucking.
I'm
my
better
dad's a
than this.
lawyer.
It's like I have W-9s, the whole thing, the works. I have a tax guy. I'm very successful, moderately,
That is that's
relatively.
awful, man. But every comedian has been pushed into a spot that he's had to fucking sit. I was on this.
Yeah, you
everybody's been pushed in a spot. Whether
It's like a survival instinct. It just comes out. You're like, I'm sorry, but I was on CBS. I was the only guy on CBS for like 5 minutes. It was really something. My parents came. There was tears. The whole thing. I got.
It was awesome too.
I got the video to prove it. Thank you.
killed
You're awesome, Sam. You too. Your Conan was amazing.
Thank you.
That was a good set.
Thank you.
Said
man.
on Conan.
That was smooth.
I heard a great thing you did with the ladies. You put your profile picture on Tinder.
Yeah, for
of
the
on
road,
Conan.
it makes a big difference.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get more matches, so it's yeah.
You
definitely.
don't do it here too. Do you do it here?
A little. I don't. I like to try to meet girls in person here if I can, but I've done it. Yeah, totally.
You've been doing pretty well. You're no Norman, but you're doing pretty well with the ladies,
I'm
right?
doing all right.
Sam's
You hold
always
your own.
doing good, man.
Doing all right.
But you're not exclusively Asian anymore.
No, definitely not.
There was
No.
a period. Don't say it like it never
Well,
happened.
yeah. Well, I went through my period. I think it was. Yeah, there's like a part of you is like, well, values wise, I'm never gonna like marry an Asian, probably. Like whenever.
Jeez.
Wait, don't
What
say
the
that. Come on.
I'm just saying.
Are
I'm
you
not,
racist? What's
no,
going
I'm not
on
racist.
here?
I dated an Asian girl for about 6 months, and
And you don't find her valuable.
I'm talking about our values. Like
They have different value
culturally.
systems.
Culturally, there's certain
Culture
things.
would be a better word.
Fine.
Than values.
That's what I meant. I didn't mean values. That came out wrong.
That's
wrong.
basically saying. I mean, they're animals. They don't.
I did not. I misspoke.
You can't even hang out with them.
I misspoke.
I see.
It was
Values.
a-
I didn't think you meant that, man. But
I didn't- I misspoke. I
There's a
misspoke.
cultural difference between. But Joe said it's true. There's a lot of Jewish, Asian.
Yeah,
I think we are attracted to them. You know what I think it is that most Jews have overwhelming mothers, and Asians are a little more distant. They have the tiger. They have like the tiger mom, and then like the distant father. So I think that's kind of the match.
Oh, interesting.
We're like Asian women are attracted to Jews for the same
I seriously
reason.
thought it was simpler. I thought it was that the Jews like Chinese food. I really.
We do. That's funny that no one ever analyzes that in a deep way. It's like, oh, I like Chinese food because my mother now. It's no, I think that's what it is.
Wow.
But now it's anything.
I'm across the board again. I'm having fun.
Man.
So you're interesting with women, though, because sometimes I feel like, and I don't want to get too deep, I feel like I'm playing the part of Robert here. Sometimes you're a little self-sabotaging with the ladies.
Yeah, I am.
What do you think that is?
Immaturity and not wanting to have an actual relationship, probably.
Right, because sometimes you self-sabotage with our relationship. You
Do
say,
I?
Joe, you stink, you're bad at comedy, you got
That's
a small
not
dick.
self-sabotaging. That's me just telling it like it is, bro.
Oh, well, that hurts. That's very insensitive, Sam, and I think you're a good guy.
No, yeah, I do, of course. I have a self-sabotage in me. You know, it's you try to.
Don't old comics have it that way?
Yeah,
though?
not
I'm
all. I
not
don't think
self-sabotaging in relationships at all.
I do.
I think Joe is he's good at distancing himself from those negative thoughts. Like, I even talked to Sarah about this one time. She's like she had the same thing, and I think it's like, I don't know if it's okay to talk about this.
Yeah, go ahead.
But like, she's like, the addict in me was like, I want what's bad, and then she's like, I had to stop and be like, oh, Joe is right and I relate to that feeling.
Oh,
of
that's
like,
really sweet. You never
Yeah.
told me that before.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, that's
So
really sweet.
I relate to that kind of like, let's see if this, and I've gotten better at it, but it's like you have to stop and think before just going with it, you know?
Was she cheating on me?
I think so. Something about Mark Norman. Do you know? Oh, I could fucking
Jesus Christ, Sam. You take it too far. That's what you do. I try to make some innocuous Holocaust isn't real, you're a dumb Jew jokes. And now you're going to talk about
You're
her.
gonna pile on.
You're going to talk about my life partner having sex with my other life partner. It's Tuesdays with Stories. Jesus Christ. When was this conversation?
I've seen her at shows. We talk.
Was
We're
it like a
friendly.
month ago, 2 years ago?
It was a while ago. It's probably like 6 months ago. So
I'm going to have to hear more about this off the air. It sounds like she was having sex with somebody, and you talked her out of it. All right, well.
I think she
Well, he
meant when
saved your
she
fucking
started,
relationship,
when
Joe.
she started dating you, she had those feelings where she's like, I don't know if it feels like he's good. And sometimes you have that feeling like good is not always, it doesn't feel
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah, Sarah was really reluctant to date me in the beginning. She kept talking about how my room was messy and how I was, I shit in a girl's shoe a couple of months before. Like, she was skeptical, and then much later it came out it was all the herpes. It was pure herpes. She's like, you have herpes. You talked about it. I didn't want herpes. And just for the record, she does not.
The messy
she does not have
room.
herpes to this day. Just in case we break up, I don't want to ruin her chances with, Sam.
All right.
Yeah. So, anyways,
the messy room is never. I think girls just expect a guy to have a messy room, and if he's a clean room, you're just like, all right, it's a plus, but I don't think you expect
Hey, shit in
to.
the shoe thing though. That's
a bad one.
I think if you're Sarah's not older, but if you're in your 30s and you're trying to figure out if the guy's going to be the right guy for you, and his room is just an atrocity, it can be a microcosm into their mindset and the way they handle themselves.
I just look at it like cleaning my room is like it's a last. Like I could be writing jokes now. I don't want to be.
Well, a girl's not interested in that. That their priority is to write jokes. I mean, that's what I'm talking
But
about.
that's it. But I'm saying is like you
True.
look at it as a sign of like messiness. But I'm like writing jokes like a sign of being driven. So I think it is if you break it down, this is why my room's a mess. You know,
That's a good point. That's
so
a good way to,
it's not just pure laziness. You
that's
know
a
what
good
I
way
mean?
to spin it if you're trying to get laid, for sure.
Yeah. But I know what you're saying. And wait, what were we talking about a second ago?
The dirty room, maybe herpes. Herpes, distancing yourself. We're talking about you distancing yourself.
You're
from
banging
girls.
Sarah on the side.
Yeah.
You did not say that. No, I don't know.
But because I remember you meeting a girl, and she was like a hot girl, and she was into the Knicks, and she was very supportive, and
Oh,
then you
that's
kind
a
of got
perfect one. What happened, Sam?
You got a little turned off.
That's like perfect on like dating website mindset where you're like we have the same interests, but like you either maybe I did sabotage myself a little bit. I just felt like I remember one night when that relationship ended. I remember the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I was out at a show and I was having fun. I might have think it was with you guys maybe. I was like out. I was drinking. I was having fun.
Yeah.
And she was like, "You got to check in. You got to make the check-in call." And I was like, "What the fuck am I?"
Check
Like,
in.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I was like, "This is crazy."
Your
I was
fucking
like,
mom or something.
And then I remember that's exactly what we come
Yeah.
back to, right?
Right.
That's what I don't want.
Yeah.
Right.
And she was Asian. No. So then I said, I just was like, this is not what I want. She was like so concerned I was cheating on her. I'm like, I'm not cheating on you.
Oh,
you know?
wow. That's tough.
That's what I'm at right now.
And then, yeah, and it's like, you know, so I guess the next day she's like, well, if you don't, you know, maybe I'm not. I was worried it was gonna be like a messy breakup, but she's like, maybe this isn't.
Oh,
I said maybe you're looking for like a different guy, and she's like, maybe I am, and I was like,
wow. Oh, that's
Thank
nice.
God.
Love a good breakup. See,
Clean.
that's what's nice. My girlfriend has no check-in. Where have you been? Who are you with? None
she
of that.
trusts you.
Yeah. Well, that's what the sobriety is helpful. When you're both sober. I think all the cheating nonsense comes when people are out
Did Sarah
drinking.
get sober because of you, or
No, she was sober long before we were
Oh,
dating.
okay.
Yeah. So anyways.
But
But
did
yeah.
she help you get sober?
She was helpful, yeah. She wasn't the reason I got sober, but she was certainly helpful. She's my life partner. Sam is going for his second piss
Sam
of the
really-
episode here.
Damn,
I know, I pee a lot too. I'm holding
yeah.
it. Sam is great for me because I'm such a bad peer and everyone tells me I'm diabetic and I'm
He
gay and I
makes
have a
you-
small dick, but he makes me look all right.
Yeah, he makes you look good with the pee. Small bladder. Big bladder,
Deepu,
no?
can we check in with Deepu? What's going on in the thing here?
In the chat room, we got
Yes.
a couple things in chat.
Oh,
We have,
tell me.
Fuck Yo TV says Scopo didn't see a comic at Sacred Heart because he didn't know what comedy looked like.
All right. Well, that's
There you go.
that's kind of a burn. It's an attempt at a burn.
It's kind of a burn. I mean,
Yeah.
I pretty would know if the guy was standing on a stage telling jokes. I'm not that retarded, but
That would be great if there was that guy.
they're just standing. I'm like, what is he doing? What's going on
I
right
understand.
now?
He's saying things, and
What is that about? Oh.
Funny.
that would be great.
What else we got?
That guy I want to meet, man.
When Greg was telling his story, Nuno Cardoso says if Will was there, this story would have been interrupted every 30 seconds. Wait, what does that mean? What does that mean?
Aha. Oh, boy, that sounds racist to me. I'm going to write a letter to the blogs, whatever. I wish Will was here. Will was supposed to be here. He
Supposed
never
to be
called.
here.
No show.
I texted him and then I called him and then no show and no response back. I don't know.
geez, what a
maybe
bummer.
he found out you were hosting and said I don't have to be here.
Wow, because Will is good because he does if you're hosting, it's very nerve wracking to try to keep it moving. But Will keeps it moving by
Yeah.
doing those little asides.
John McCarthy says, seeing that Greg has that piece of pizza behind him, can you ask him to explain emos and St. Louis pizza?
Wow,
Yeah, man.
interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I do that?
Yeah, get
What
get
is
into
St.
it.
Louis pizza? It's a different kind of pizza.
Joe actually just experienced it. I don't know if Sam had it when he was there. St. Louis, it's a completely different style of pizza. It's got first of all it's very thin and it's cut in squares, very small squares.
Sounds like Sam,
2
thin
inch squares,
square.
thin square.
Is it like Sicilian slices, basically?
No, they're very thin sliced, very thin, like razor thin. And then the whole thing, it's called Provel cheese, and you can't get it anywhere but St. Louis. And it's a mixture of provolone, American, and something else. I can't remember.
Wow.
What. And it's got a weird consistency to it.
Even Domino's has the Provel in St. Louis.
They do? I didn't know that. Yeah. And you can't get it anywhere but St. Louis. And my friend owned this. He's from Houston. He came to visit and he had it. And he liked it. And he went. His dad's like a Greek guy that owns all these restaurants. And he's like, Dad, they have this cheese that you can't get anywhere. But he's like, Nikki, that's fucking stupid. You could get cheese anywhere. He's like, no, Dad, and then you couldn't get it. Like it's the only place you can get it in St. Louis.
It's good
Wow.
pizza. I love
Emos
it.
is like the
Yeah.
main chain, but there's a lot of different.
in Italy they don't. They only have like Sicilian slices.
Oh,
They don't
really?
have like the regular slice at all. They don't make it like that, which is a
Wow.
little weird.
In Israel, they all look like Sam. Every single person.
Really?
Big bushy eyebrows and a weird penis.
You like Asians too?
I feel like I'm more ethnically ambiguous. I love the joke, but I feel like I could pass for like any fucking Middle Eastern.
Yeah, you could go Greek, I think.
Yeah, I
too.
could
You
go.
look Greekish because the
Yeah,
angle.
you could be like a Giannis Jr.
Yeah, Giannis
love
Pappas.
it.
Anything else in the chat room worth noting?
There's one more thing. When Greg was telling his story, Justin Huckabee said, that voice. What the guy star in? The Ice Pirates?
I don't know
I
what
didn't
that
get
Ice
it.
is.
Pirates.
I didn't get that
The
either.
coach
Uh-oh.
is an ice pirate? I don't know what an ice pirate is.
What's Ice Pirate?
I don't know.
I should probably Google that.
Can we Google ice pirate?
He might have meant butt pirate and was talking about Joe.
Oh, hey, come on.
Cheap shot, man.
Maybe he meant ISIS pirate and was talking about people burning other people alive.
Yeah.
Good one.
Oh, jeez. Was anyone shitting on me? Give me the truth, man. People shitting all over me in there?
No, they're actually complaining about the video feed, but everything's green on our end, so.
Oh, all right. Well,
What's wrong with the video?
I do have a giant forehead. Look at
Yeah.
the size of my
Might be
forehead.
getting
You
up
don't
the
have a
bandwidth.
weird forehead.
And I'm leaning in, so it looks extra. It's like 40% of my face. What are you kidding?
Yeah, you got to
Oh,
lean
it is
back.
kind of. No, you weren't looking at me.
lean
It's
back.
pretty bad. I wasn't.
It looks like my eyebrows and hairline are in a fight, and like the forehead's like, stay away from each other, you two.
Oh my god.
It's
Oh,
horrific.
I don't want to see this.
Greg,
Oh,
you look
jeez,
great.
I don't want to see me. Come on.
Look at Sam with his Listomania T-shirt and Anthony Cumia T-shirt.
Yeah, we're talking about eyebrows. Come on, man. Jesus.
Yeah, those are some bad eyebrows. Yikes. Those are a problem, buddy. What was I just going to say? I had something to say about the forehead. I can't remember, but it's
40%.
giant. Look at that. It's insane. It looks like I'm going bald.
I think I don't see it, man.
Wow. God, I'm gay. All right. Well, I should stop saying that. What was it? Oh, let's talk about Sean Penn's speech and the uproar it's caused.
I didn't see it. Could
Neither
you
did
So-
I didn't. I heard about it, but what's-
Birdman wins Best Oscar, Best Picture, I mean, and Sean Penn is presenting it, and he's friends with the director and producer who wins
Amazing
the Oscar.
director.
supposed to like really
Yes.
good friends too, not like
Yeah, they-
acquaintances.
21
They're, like,
grams.
they did
made
21
together.
grams
Yeah.
together.
really
yeah.
good friends.
Man. Naomi
So-
Watts, right?
Yeah, your girl.
Yeah, Jesus.
So Sean Penn opens the envelope. It's the big moment. It's the climax of the show, and he goes, and the Oscar goes to. Who got this son of a bitch a green card? It's Alfonso Soriano. Whatever the hell the guy's name is. I can't remember his name.
I
What's
think
his
it's
name?
Alejandro something.
Yes. But he starts, before he says his name, he said, who got this son of a bitch a green card?
It's his buddy.
It's his good buddy.
It's
I
a
love
joke.
It. It's a fun. It sounds
It's a
great.
joke.
Good buddy.
Yeah.
He's busting his balls. The people are all up in arms,
They're
calling him
mad about
racist.
that?
Up in arms. It's
They're
a
mad.
rage.
man.
You know,
This is the PC shit. This is the PC bullshit. Oh, you can't say anything. This is why I like Sean Penn. He just doesn't give a fuck. He's
Yeah.
that good of an actor. Like he doesn't.
it's
need,
also the most liberal dude
And
ever.
there's
Yeah.
no nuance. There's no room for nuance or
Right.
I can't think of the word.
It wasn't. It wasn't just taking a shot at him. It was just a joke. It was like, oh, this guy is not.
Not
from
to
this
mention,
country.
it's Sean Penn. He was
Buddies.
probably
Yeah.
wasted. That guy boozes.
Also, like a few years ago, Chris Rock hosted, and he did the Jude Law joke. Do you remember that with Sean Penn?
Jude Law.
He goes-
Jude Law in every movie.
Yeah, he goes, he's in every movie. He's like, who is that guy? He's in every movie. And then Sean Penn comes out and goes, in answering our stupid host
He is one of our
question.
finest American
Yeah, so he's got
actors.
no sense of humor about that, but now
Yeah.
he's got the green card thing.
Yeah, you know, it's just it's like that thing I brought up earlier about like the people just like publicly just it's a mob, and the mob mentality is always they think they're always right.
They want to be outraged.
They want to be outraged.
For a
People
guy-
love being outraged. They love to get angry
It's
at
like
shit.
the townspeople in The Simpsons, man, where they always just like always gang up together and scream. their opinion can be swayed.
It
by
doesn't
a
matter
sense.
if they're right or wrong, but they like get together and they try to start a shitstorm, and it's like that's their form of the entertainment at the Oscars is getting
if,
pissed
if
off.
anybody
Right.
knew that, if that was your buddy and he did that, who would not enjoy that? It's,
Right.
Yeah. That's fuck.
Yeah, if you won an Oscar, Sam, I'd be like, oh my God, he thinks Asians are horrible people, would never marry one. Small dick Morril.
And I would say, God damn it,
Uh,
Joe, that was pretty funny,
Yeah.
and I would be okay with it.
Yeah, I would be all right with it too.
Who
The
circumcised
Asians
this
would-
guy,
the Asians
huh?
wouldn't be very cool with it because their value systems are.
Now, if I won an Oscar, what would you say, Sam? You're presenting me. I win. I'm the best director.
I would say worst forehead in the business, hard to look at. Joe List.
I just said I was sensitive about it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ, Sam. What
I
the
would say
hell?
5 head. I would always say.
Oh, classic. Did you write that?
Someone get this guy Invisalign, huh?
Oh, Jesus, Chris, we're roommates. I'm gonna shit on your toothbrush and stick it in my butt.
Can't wait.
I'm sorry. I keep saying weird gay
If
things.
you shat on it, why? I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shit on it.
It's kind of already took care of it.
Yeah, flick it off. And
Yeah.
how do you like Jay? Have you bumped into Jay at all, our other roommate? We have an Indian
Yeah,
roommate.
he's a fine guy.
Yeah,
Nice
he's-
guy.
very
Feel kind of
sweet
bad
guy.
for him.
Did you
I'm not
get
gonna
the-
lie. Like
What do you feel bad for?
not bad, but like he has a kid. He definitely. I don't know. His maybe he got divorced and some fucking she devil is making him pay.
What do you mean? Maybe he got divorced. Have you seen an Indian woman walking
I
around?
mean-
I think he's just chilling with 3 young white guys in a fucking apartment. What is he doing?
He's like, this is my summer home. I
Yeah.
come home in the winter.
No, I'm like I
I
feel
am
bad.
going out for a
Honey, I'm going to go live with 3 deadbeat comedians from 6 months to a year, 10
None of your
years.
business where I go when I say I go.
No, like I feel bad. Like some fucking she devil's probably fucking making him pay the her rent and his rent,
I
and
think
he's got to live with 3 fucking comedians.
Yeah. And one of them's you. I mean,
Yeah.
my God. No, but you've been a good roommate so far. You added that little foot bath mat.
You like that?
I like it.
Yeah, because you know why? Because getting out of the shower, just dripping all over the floor, and I was like, this sucks. So
See, you got a bath mat because when you get out of the shower, you're dripping on the floor.
the water was dripping on the floor.
I see. That makes sense. Yeah, it's not bad.
that's,
Instead of dripping on the floor, you drip on the bath mat.
I'm gonna get one of those too.
It's not bad.
It's a good idea.
It's a good sales pitch.
I'm thinking about. I was kind of curious what my weight is the other day, and then sometimes it'll fluctuate. So I'm thinking about getting a scale.
Okay. All right.
You know what?
Scales.
I was gonna go home. I'm going to Bed Bath and Beyond after this shit. I'm gonna go.
That's not bad.
I haven't been on a scale since 1991.
Yeah. Speaking of scale, I want to talk about this now. I know you don't want to talk about the wrestling. You're very humble because you were 7th in the country and you should have been better. But
I should have, man. I lost a stupid match. I should have been 6th, 5th or 6th.
Do you lose sleep
Well,
over it still?
couldn't have cracked the top 4 to save my life, but yeah. I should have been 5th or 6th. I lost a really stupid match.
7th is a cooler number. But what about the scene? I don't know who saw Foxcatcher, but there's a scene where Channing Tatum's character loses, I think it's like 20 pounds in 30 minutes or something. It's like something crazy. It's 12 pounds, I think, in 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Is that possible? Did you have to do anything like that?
I mean, I
How do you
lost.
do that?
I lost 9.5 in 2 hours one time.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
How?
What, is there a dump involved? Do you take a shit?
No. It's all dehydration, man. You don't have any. Yeah, it's all dehydration.
Wow.
So what are you
You
doing?
can't do that anymore in the sport.
Is it
maybe
legal?
internationally? Well, what they used to have is like you'd have night before weigh-in, so you'd weigh in and you'd wrestle the next day, or if it's a dual meet, 5-hour weigh-in, so you got 5 hours to recover. Now, to cut down on that shit, it's an hour weigh-in, so you can't do all that shit because you can't recover. Like,
Right.
You know, but I would lose 9.5 pounds and then get on the scale, barely make it to the scale, and then I have all night to just drink Gatorade and eat and all that stuff.
What do you
wow.
do? You just don't eat anything? You don't eat anything. You don't.
It's not so much. It's. I mean, that last you try and if you're doing it right. I wish I would have known more about nutrition, back then. But like if you do it right, you kind of eat right, eat well, and you're probably the guys that did it right. You hover about 10 over what you're going to weigh, and then that within the last 24 hours, then you start to dehydrate. And back then we would just like seal off the showers, turn them all on, and we'd put on like those plastic sauna suits, which are illegal now, and a bunch of sweatshirts, and we'd just ride the bike. And
Did you have a sauna in your?
we had a
gym?
sauna, but it was like that was usually the sauna and the steam room was usually for like the last half pound where you just couldn't even do anything anymore. I remember me and my friend Buddy Smith were in this steam room at Iowa State.
It's the best name ever.
Yeah, Buddy Smith, and I love that guy. And we were both so close to not just quitting. Like it was the last. It was a weigh-in for the Big 8 championships, and we couldn't even walk barely. So we were just sitting in the steam room, and Roper would come in every now and then with a hose, and he'd hose us off to cool us down a little bit. And we'd try to drink the water from the hose. And we'd quit fucking drinking the water.
Wow.
Yeah, because you're so dehydrated, you want to drink the water.
What a wild sport.
Yeah, it's an ugly. I don't like that part about the sport. I wish, and a lot of some of it's gone. But yes, that rang really true. That scene with Schultz.
Wow.
The other thing, he ate. He was going to quit, and he ate a bunch of food at that point.
Right.
So he threw up probably 5 pounds. He was stuffing.
Right. Wow, I ran cross country and none of that. We just ran.
I ran
fun.
for that's the most brutal sport, because you just run and you just keep running. I ran for 3. It's awful.
I
Cross
loved
country
it.
is the sport. You're doing the activity that other sports use to punish
Right.
their athletes.
Yeah, it's
You know?
interesting.
It's like going out for the
That's true.
pull-up team or something. It's like that. Like
It's brutal.
Yeah, if you fuck up, you're gonna go run.
Right.
That's the whole sport right there.
Yeah.
And you can't. At least wrestling, when you're tired, you have something to distract you from like, oh, I'll just shoot on this guy's leg, or I'll learn a different technique. And cross, you're just going to keep running.
Right. Well, cross country reminds me of comedy a lot because it's completely you and you're in your own head. It's so time oriented and you're trying to pace, and it's a very similar kind of
hate running
thing. I loved it.
Really?
It got me through high school. It's funny because I had no anxiety or stress whatsoever in high school.
'Cause you were
physical
running
side
all the
effects.
time?
Yeah.
I think because I was running 8 miles
yeah.
a day, and then as soon as I stopped, my whole world came
Do you
crumbling.
still run it all or no?
I was running a ton, and then I had plantar fasciitis, which is a
Yeah.
nightmare.
I got it too, man.
Yeah, it
It's awful.
sucks.
It doesn't go away.
So it's kind of stopped now, but if I started running, it might start back up again.
You get a lot
I
of
gotta
shin
get some-
splints.
Were you good?
Yeah.
The worst.
I was good. Yeah, I was the
what-
captain of the team my senior year. I
He's a
ran
fast guy.
winter track, spring track, and cross country. I was
Cross country,
captain of
like 3.1 miles back then.
Yeah.
What'd you
the
run? in it?
5K. You know what's funny? I don't really remember. I only remember my home course time, which is a 2.7 mile race, which I ran 15:09 was my fastest.
Wow, that's
My
good.
fastest mile was 4:53. I ran the mile in.
Wow.
Which was
That's
so I was
pretty good.
cooking. Yeah, it was pretty good. And then my team, I ran cross country, winter track, and spring track 3 seasons times 4 years, and we won our conference championship every year. I won 12 conference championships
Track
as a
did you,
team.
Would you run the 1 mile and the 2 mile? Or?
I ran the mile and the 800 meters, and then
That's the hardest race, they say. That half mile, because it's like you kind of have to be sprinting for a half mile.
It's a weird-
not where you.
yeah, it's a weird
jog.
distance. The
Yeah.
400 is the best meet, I think, though.
Yeah.
Because it's a sprint, but it's kind of like a mid-distance, and it's so classic to me. It's just a once around the track, just go around, and I loved it. I loved hanging out with the guys, you know.
You ever get those bloody nips?
Oh, all the time, yeah. I still get them now just from masturbating, but I got a pair right now.
I quit watching porn at least. That's my. Big
That's good.
one.
See, I've never been a porn guy. I was just talking about this.
How do you quit watching porn?
I
I've
just
never watched
stopped.
porn.
I've cheated like probably 3 times this year, which is pretty good for me. I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. It's just I feel like better. I just feel better.
Now, what are you doing in place?
I'm
Sears catalog?
trying to think of stuff.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. It's like it's hard when you're like trying to quit porn and then you're like, well, let me think of some stuff, and all you think of is like porn.
Right.
It's
Just once removed.
Oh, all right, that
I
one.
don't have a bad porn problem. Like, a lot of people like I watch porn for hours. I watch 2-3 videos and I'll rub one out. That's
really?
it. Yeah.
It gets harder, man. It really gets harder, though. I think
I was just
I don't
talking to a
know.
guy. He was like 25 years old. He couldn't get boners because he watched too much porn.
it ruins you.
It's so fascinating to me. I've never been a porn guy.
Get whatever you want on there. It's insane. It's a buffet of just
But you can watch whatever you want. You're not getting anything. I'm just watching strangers fuck. It does nothing for me. I don't get it. It's not that I don't get it. I just am like I'm not into it. I like to think about things that just happen to me.
I remember we talked about this like a long time ago, and you were like, "I think of like an ex-girlfriend's leg." Like that gets me off.
That's like much more any kind of experience I've had I can do.
Yeah.
But now all of my past things are too far in the distance, so I can only exclusively masturbate thinking about my girlfriend, which is adorable. But
you
it's a little odd.
you jerk off to Sarah?
Exclusively.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, not because I'm attracted to her, obviously, but it's just I have to have a real thing. I can't like think about a girl I had sex with 5 years ago, and porn is just strangers. I don't get it.
But that's what it is. He never really got into porn. He's so connected. That's what it is.
I never had porn as a teenager. I was too afraid to try to find it or whatever. We didn't have it. We didn't have internet. And then I'm older than you think. I'm 51. We didn't have internet, and then I never bought it. I was like I was a real square.
I've had it for
Same as
so
now.
long. I had it. I remember in like 6th grade, we'd walk into like the bodega and get like a homeless guy to buy us porn.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And then Greg came and shot him and fucking threw him on the ground. Gave him a leg.
Will just text me, by the way.
Where is he? Is he here?
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Wow.
Will is. There is something adorable about him. You know.
Fill in, guys. Come on. I'm trying to talk to Deepu here. Say something.
You're in charge, Joe.
Oh, alrighty. I guess
I'm
we're
sorry, was you
talking about
whisper
that.
with
Yeah,
him?
Will's one of those guys where you fucking love him every time
I
he
saw
speaks.
Will.
Yeah.
Whenever Will goes up with Big J Okerson, it looks like a Pixar movie. You know what I mean? They're both kind of like weirdly like you're like, oh, they shouldn't be friends, but against all odds.
Yeah. It's like what comedy does. It really gets people together.
I love it.
Yeah, you don't
man.
see a lot of white guys from Philly friends with black guys.
That's not what I was going for. That's a good point. I mean, they kind of look hilarious together. Like in a Pixar movie, it'd be like a little bird and like a rhinoceros or something. You know?
Do a lot of people at the Cellar, do a lot of comics go up together? Because Attell brings a lot of people up. Is he the only one who does
That's
that?
kind of his thing.
Attell does, and Jay likes to talk to people from off stage. Will likes to get involved from off stage. So Will and Jay and Dave, I think, do.
and Jeff Ross and like Artie,
But
but
that's his
they
thing,
do
though.
it with like Attell usually. You know.
Yeah, I was down a couple weeks ago and Attell brought up Lewis. Lewis was hosting.
Yeah.
And they brought him up. And like I always see
Attell likes to bring up the host too.
Yeah, he likes to bring him. He just he has to do that for his show.
I think he
So
gets. I think he
that.
gets bored too, and like with just stand
kills
up.
so hard.
It's like a guy that he's been doing stand up for so long that he's like, let me make it risky.
It's like Jordan with baseball.
Yeah.
Except Attell is better with another person than Jordan was at baseball.
Yeah.
But
He said he would have gotten better though. Right?
Jordan
Yeah.
wasn't that bad.
he played. I mean, yeah.
Minor league. You know how fucking good he had to be playing minor league baseball.
It wasn't
You gotta
really
be really fucking good.
I wasn't trying to take a jab at Jordan. I was trying to say
Why don't you
Attell's
back the
amazing.
fuck off of Jordan, man. The guy's. I thought he was.
You don't fuck with Michael, all right? I got his picture
Jesus,
hanging up.
Joe.
Tito Francona was his manager.
In the minor leagues?
Yeah.
Oh really?
Really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Did you know? I was talking to Chris about this the other day. Terry Francona. I read a book about him, and he's very much like Greg Warren. Very humble, like the most humble guy ever.
I'm not as humble.
He
as
hit
something like that.
750 in high school. His
What?
senior year. 750 was his batting average, and his ERA was .08. Unhittable. He had a hit-
At what point do you start walking that guy if you just hear a reputation of
They
spaz?
probably did that.
He went-
They probably did that.
Yeah, they probably was.
walked
he
him
went
out there
3
well.
for
That's why he
4
went.
every game.
Yeah.
So, did he go on to play?
Oh yeah, but he had serious knee injuries. He downplays his comedy, his ability. But if you read it, Google it, look it up, or read his book, he was like the best prospect ever. He was like one of the most amazing baseball players, but he had
But he
horrible
never got
knees.
to the majors.
He played in the majors.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he played for the Indians, but he had some serious knee problems.
So
that
many
derailed him.
players, I mean, throughout sports, that knee injuries or whatever, arm pitchers. How many good pitchers? What was that? Pryor? Remember Mark Pryor?
Oh yeah,
for the
Richard
Cubs?
Pryor, terrific.
Yeah,
he
he's
was
great.
raised in a brothel and one of the best ever. If you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different guy. Joe.
Oh.
Mark Pryor was. Remember how good he was for that 1 year
Oh,
in the
when
Cubs?
He was on fire.
Yeah.
Pryor and. Can't compete with
Oh,
those
but
guys.
speaking of Pryor, did you watch?
Mark Pryor was he had like 2 years. Same with Kerry Wood. They
Yeah,
were like
when
the
Yeah.
same team.
When the Cubs had those two guys, I
Was it
thinking-
06?
I thought the
03?
Cardinals are
03.
fucked, man.
Yeah.
because they were young, real young, and they had those two arms. I'm like, we're screwed. Man.
They really
never panned out.
they
man.
fucked him. His
And
first
Wood had a decent career, I guess.
his first
Yeah,
his
he
first
played a
year
long
though
time.
he threw like 230 innings or something like that.
Oh,
and
wow.
just blew his arm out.
Wow, wow.
Speaking of Pryor, though, did you see Marlon Wayans' tape leaked or what that for his audition
No.
for the Pryor movie?
I saw the clip, but I didn't click on it.
I watched a little bit of it last
Was it
night.
good?
It was okay. It wasn't
See, that's what's
fantastic,
upsetting.
but it was okay.
When you see that, like it's like when you saw Kinnison, the guy playing Kinnison's. Did you see that when his clip leaked? And you're like, it's all right. It's
But he's not playing Richard Pryor though.
Oh,
Mike
Wayans?
Epps is.
Oh, is he?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hmm.
So
weird.
I don't know why they leaked that one, but I don't know how Mike Epps is going to be, but I thought Marlon Wayans was okay. It was pretty
Oh,
good.
so there is a movie coming out.
Yeah.
He's playing him. Oh, I
So
see what's
weird.
happening. Okay, wow, interesting.
I'd rather see a documentary.
What was
I
the
feel that way all the-
I don't remember that.
What?
I always feel the same way. These biopic or biopic, whatever the hell it's called. I'd rather see a
They
documentary.
always twist shit. Like
Yeah.
everyone's like Selma's great, but then you start finding out like, oh, they had to make up the speeches because they couldn't get the rights to the speeches.
Steven Spielberg owns
yeah.
them.
Yeah, and then on top of that, they made LBJ again. Like all these inaccurate facts. Like they
LeBron
made him
James
against-
again?
LeBron was president for the '60s. It was, Vietnam was his fault, and no,
That's what was so interesting about the civil rights case.
yeah.
Black people wanted equal rights, but LeBron wouldn't let him have it. He said, "It's all me, baby." All right, I think we got to wrap it up here.
How much time we got?
Wrap it up. Ah, Jesus!
Look
Now
at-
it's going to be awkward. We're at 82 minutes
Oh,
here.
that's a long podcast, man.
That's an hour and
We
22
gave you
minutes
people
with no
plenty.
Bobby.
Yeah.
And
We gave you
we've
plenty.
been treading water the last 10 minutes. That wrestling crap? Are you kidding me? Oh my God! Think I care about Sam projecting on girls? It's the worst. He's
I mean,
clearly
this
gay,
is-
and nobody
you know
gives
what?
a shit.
Wow, this
By
hurts.
the time
This
we're
is-
done with plugs and fingering each other, it'll be an hour and a half. Is this too short?
I don't know. It's up to you. You're the fucking leader of the show.
Well, then what'd you interrupt for, you dummy?
just
If it was up
wanted
to
to
me.
know.
Say what you want to say, Chris. You obviously had an opinion about it.
No, I just want to know how much time. I honestly thought it was like 45 minutes. That's why.
You're just
I didn't know.
lonely. You want to.
I want to stay with you guys.
You got to
I'm not
go
gonna
to
lie.
work, right?
I gotta work.
You got to
yeah.
deliver garbage. What the hell do you
Yeah,
do?
I pick up.
I am 100% sure. I'm going to stop busting Scopo's balls. He is connected. He's driving around a Cadillac, and he's like, I got to go to work after this. He works for some garbage. He collects money. He's a money collector for a, quote, garbage company. His name's Scopo. He's from Queens. He's
Yeah.
got a big ass.
Waste management? Is that what you do?
It seems pretty...
Technically, yeah.
Wow.
I'm looking at a guy...
You know, I'll say I will admit, my cousins are connected. I don't know. I
what
don't.
are you letting me call you gay for?
We don't. I don't
You're gonna
know.
get killed
Is
now.
that,
I don't
is
know
how you
them.
got me,
I don't. No. Oh yeah, that's the company's tickets. I don't know.
okay.
I don't know those cousins at all. We don't talk to those cousins. But if you look up the name Scopo, it's like it will come up. One got shot outside of his house.
Oh my god.
One like died in jail.
That's hilarious.
You better back the fuck off.
And then I know, but like this is. I mean, I'm pretty sure my dad's not in it. I mean,
wow, that's scary.
he had a regular job before this one. He worked at a cosmetic store as the manager of a store.
Scopo's life was kind of like a Bronx Tale. You know, you
Yeah.
had like your dad who's like the good guy, and,
And then
the
I had
cousin,
another
right?
guy. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. And here you are, podcasting. Well, congrats if you are. Wink.
Wink, wink. I'll take care of you.
A friend of ours. Friend of
You're
mine.
you're a friend of mine.
yeah, a
you're
friend
good.
of mine.
Yeah.
Do you guys know the secret code? When you introduce someone, you say, if he's a friend of mine, that means he's like a cool guy. But if you say he's a friend of ours, it means he's like,
He's connected. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, see, there you go. You learn something every day. A friend of ours is like, you know,
That's when Lefty introduced Donnie. He's a friend of mine first, and then the end in the movie was it Sonny Red? Was
Yeah.
that guy's name? Was like he's a friend of ours.
Right.
That means he's
Oh, yeah?
connected. Yeah.
I just, before we sign off here, Greg Warren should know this about you. You guys just met. Chris Scopo's favorite movie, National Treasure, with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
And you might be wondering, has he seen The Godfather and Goodfellas? Yes,
That's not
he
even.
has.
That might not even be a top 5 Nicolas Cage movie.
No way is it a top 5 Nicolas Cage movie.
Listen,
National Treasure.
There was,
Adaptation?
listen. There was a fucking invisible map on the back of the Declaration
Raising
of Independence. Great
Raising
fucking
Arizona?
plot. Great. I remember.
Leaving Las Vegas.
I was
Yeah.
so excited to see that movie and watching that movie. I was like a 16-year-old. I'll never. That feeling will never come
Insane.
back in my
Insane.
I
life.
love it, man.
He watches Goodfellas and National Treasure and goes, this one's better.
Listen, hey.
Even Vision Quest. Huh?
He wasn't in Vision. Was he in Vision?
No, I was just saying Vision
Oh.
Quest. It was a callback to the wrestling business. Ah,
great
jeez.
Okay, alrighty.
Changed my life.
Lunatic Fringe. Sam Morril, tell him about your Twitter, your website, where you're going to be.
At Sam Morril, Morril. I'll be in Milwaukee next month, Comedy Cafe. I'll be in Buffalo. Yeah, it should be all right.
Helium?
No, I'm doing
Oh.
a college,
Never
and
mind.
then I'm doing.
He will
a
not be in
one-nighter.
St. Paul, Minnesota
Oh,
this
nice.
weekend.
Coward.
I'm doing. I will not be in Minneapolis. Yeah, a lot coming up. Baltimore, Scottsdale, New Haven. Check out samuel.com and all that shit.
Yeah. I mean, Sam Morril, one of the best comics in the goddamn
Thanks,
city,
buddy.
country, and it's a great guy. You're a sweet, thoughtful man, and I
like when
thought
it
you were a
gets
piece of
nice.
shit. I hated you for so long.
Really?
A lot of people hate you because of me. I apologize.
Really?
Yeah, I'll talk to you about it
what are
off
you
the
gonna
air.
do?
Yeah, and don't ever talk to my girlfriend again. I appreciate it.
right.
Greg Warren, where are you at? At Greg Warren, right?
Yeah.
At Greg Warren, WARREN. I'm reading. Dear friend. I have to
Oh,
read
Joe,
this,
I'm
Bill.
sorry. We gotta read this.
Oh, what is this? We got
It's an ad.
Can Warren finish his plugs here?
Yeah.
Tell him the website, all the stuff.
GregWarrenComedy.com. I'll be on the Late Late Show tonight.
Yes. If you're listening
Does
live.
this
If
come
not,
out? When does this come out?
it'll come on next Monday.
okay.
But it's it's
I
on
was
live on the
I was
video.
On the Late Late Show last
And
week.
check out Greg. He's been on. He just did.
You can YouTube it probably.
Just did Seth Meyers. It's all in there.
Yeah.
And
How'd it go?
do I read this now?
It's good, man.
Yeah, read it.
Oh, hey. Ever wonder why razors are so expensive? Maybe it's because razors are loaded up with so much shave technology. Vibrating handle, 19 blades, a laser pointer, a compass, a thermometer, and a back scratcher. I don't need any of that. And it's not fair to make me pay for it. I was sick of paying out the nose to get a great shave. That's why I made the switch to DollarShaveClub.com. Dollar Shave Club DollarShaveClub.com delivers amazing razors and grooming supplies for a couple of bucks. It's simple and it's smart. It takes 2 minutes to get going, and then you never have to worry about razors again. DollarShaveClub.com gives you a free handle, and then they send you a replacement blades for just a few bucks. You get a blades delivered every month or every other month. Your blade arrives like clockwork. Stop squeezing weeks of shaves out of a dull razor and start treating yourself to a fresh blade shave anytime you want. Believe me when I tell you, the DollarShaveClub.com blades are fantastic, unbelievable. Sam Morril uses them, Greg Warren uses them. I've never had a closer shave, and neither have they. Upgrade to a smarter way to shave. Get your shave gear where I get mine. DollarShaveClub.com/Kelly. That's Kelly. Shave time, shave money. DollarShaveClub.com/Kelly. One more time, that's DollarShaveClub.com/Kelly. Kelly. Roberto Kelly. Chris, what's up there at Twitter? Let's get you to the 1,000 for God's sakes.
at
You had a couple
Chris-
good lines today.
At Chris Scopo on Twitter. Such a dick. March 21st, I'll be with Louis J. Gomez in somewhere in Washington. You can go on his site.
Deepu?
TheRealAssDude.com. Check it out.
You can follow me on Twitter at R2Deepu on Twitch, on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. And that's it for me.
Nice. All right, I'm Joe List, and March 20th and 21st, I'll be at Joker's Wild in New Haven, Connecticut. And then all you guys up in the Northeast, Montreal, I'll be at the Comedy Nest April 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. 16th, 17th, and 18th, not the 15th. And Montreal, best city in America, if you ask me. And it's just a beautiful place. And I'll be at Side Splitters in Tampa the following weekend, April 23rd, 24th, 25th. And you can follow me at Joe List Comedy. And check out Tuesdays with Stories over on iTunes and SoundCloud. And a bunch of you have already listened, so we sure appreciate it. And, what do I have to do there?
Well, just look the camera in the eye.
Oh, I got to look the camera in the eye?
Yeah.
Oh, that's embarrassing. Well, I can cover my forehead up here a little bit.
I'm surprised you faced the right way on Letterman.
Oh, boy. Deepu. Trying to
Deepu.
sneak one in at the end. Jesus Christ.
I'm holding on to that one.
Yeah. And I want to thank Robert Kelly. I miss you, buddy. Bobby Kelly. Robert Patrick Kelly, one of my favorite guys. And that TV show's coming out soon. I'm sure we're going to read his dates here in a second, I imagine.
Scopo. That's all Scopo.
That's me right there. Sorry.
Well, I'm glad I'm
forgot
here.
about that, yeah.
And I was excited to see Bobby, and he's off in Aruba like a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But
Ruben Reyes.
Hopefully he floats.
yeah. Well, Bobby, thanks for the having me, and thanks for all the fans that you've given me. And for God's sakes, have Sam Morril and Greg Warren on the show when you're here. Sammy the Bull. Sam only gets booked when I'm here, Morril. And Greg Warren. Do you guys know each other, Greg?
I've done the show when
Bobby and you?
I've done it.
We met once. Yeah, nice guy. But
Oh, yeah.
Not well. I met him a long time ago. He's a real
Great
nice
guy. Well, I think you guys would hit it off. You have similar values, Sam.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. And here's Bobby's dates from Chris. And thanks very much.
March 6th, 7th, he'll be the Arlington Draft House in Arlington, Virginia. March 20th, the Mahaffey Theater in St. Petersburg. March 27th and 28th, the Comedy Works in Albany. And then May 14th, 15th, and 16th, he'll be at the Laugh Boston in Boston, Massachusetts. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to the YKWD podcast. Thanks for listening. Now go back to your shitty jobs. Shitty jobs. Shitty jobs. Check out riotcast.com for all of the best podcasts on the internet. And they're all free.